Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Guys say, oh, I'm going to go to the body on Mayweather. I'm going to hit him with the right hand. I'm going to hit him with the left hook. After 21 years, I've been hit with everything, and I'm still right here.
We're here now. You should have left me where I was, because this man is not on my level. We're going to see him. They're all going to eat your words in there.
He's the best at what he do. I'm the best at what I do. The best fighting the best. But when it's all said and done, nobody is walking me down.
We are prepared for 12 3-minute rounds of non-stop pace. And I will go forward and I will put the pressure on him and break this all man. Trust me on that. We are more than ready. However, 8-ounce gloves, he made a big error in my opinion. I don't see him lasting 2 rounds. I feel I will have the decision to end it inside 1.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Are we fired up for the fight of the century? Is it the fight of the decade? I mean, it's definitely Thursdays. Thursdays is pick day, so we'll be taking your picks in. You know the number 1-425-569-5241. Make sure to call in and let us know who's going to win this fight and how. I mean, outside of Conor McGregor and Mayweather having their big fight, we're also going to be discussing Miguel Cotto. Yeah, Miguel Cotto. Toma. Shout out to Enrique. Miguel Cotto taking on Kamegai. Man, I just checked out these face-off pictures because he was a topic of the show. Kamegai definitely way bigger than Cotto, and that could spell some danger. Speaking of danger, Sergiy Derevyanchenko gets his fight with Tureano Johnson, someone that hardcore fans at least know from his fight with Curtis Stevens. And it's been a while since Tureano Johnson's been in the ring, but we'll give you all those details. And then we have Jermell Charlo, the WBC 154-pound champion, on today's topics, with something sprinkled in with Erickson Lubin there and a bunch of other headlines. But let me get on out to my co-hosts across the globe. We're going to jump out to I don't know. Should we go to the Golden State or New Jersey since we haven't seen them in so long?
Direvyanchenko production.
This is a beautiful performance against a very tough guy in Michael Johnson. How do you feel about it?
Fuck that. Conor McGregor.
Boxingvoice.com.
You know what to do, Larry. From a wicked entrance, from a flip over the rope into a knockout. When the main thing is, I just help the guy. I wish.
Boxingvoice.com.
Yes, the hipsters here. Haters beware, and God, the haters are going to come out for this fight, especially being on a boxing show. We got Mayweather versus McGregor. It's this week, Saturday. God, thank God it's going to be here, and it's going to be over with, in my opinion. Maybe I'm a hater on this show. Can't wait to chop it up with everyone here. Enrique, glad to have you back. You know, it's been like a week or some shit. You know, good to see you. But man, the spectacle, the epic event that is Mayweather McGregor is here. It's finally here. We're finally going to have some resolution to all of these storylines, whether it's the 8-ounce glove, whether it's MMA is the real fighting, whether it's all these different storylines the fans or the media want to petulate. We're here. It's finally time to see who's going to win, and I can't wait to see what the breakdowns are. I can't wait to see if we're going to have any callers that are going to pick McGregor, because it is pick day, and Sunday is going to be Crow Day, so can't wait to chop it up.
And New Jersey zone.
What's up, man? Yeah, I just want to say I said fight too.
Stay focused, stay working my dad.
Because if he comes to fight, then I'm going to look for him.
I said fight too.
I think you're accurate.
That's right. That's right. You heard Matt. Haters beware. Casual Fan is definitely here alongside TBV Podcast. We are live. That number is 425-569-5241. Put on the prayer beads. I'm not going to wish upon a star, but what I am wishing for is a first round KO from Floyd Mayweather. You know, the 8-ounce gloves was a big deal. Don't you agree? For who, though? Because people are saying, yo, that might work for McGregor. But do you believe that? You know, I heard Keith Thurman talk about it. He knows that Floyd's going to win, but he thinks that it's going to be competitive. So I'm happy, and I hope to see the fight somehow, some way on a ship that I will be on the 26th of August. So, yeah.
Well, you should be good. As long as you're not in international water, you'll be able to stream it on the Showtime app.
Yes, I saw that, and I saved it, and I hopefully I'm able to do that on come the 26th. You know what I'm saying?
But you should definitely pay for it now, so that you just got to stream it from there. But you also, if you have Xfinity and the Xfinity app, you can do the same.
Ooh.
And you can log into a browser as well with your Xfinity password and be able to see this one. And the one we're talking about, obviously, is
the big one,
rather, and Mayweather, we should call him, Mayweather McGregor, man. Matt, were you disappointed in McGregor's final press conference pose where he took Bruce Lee fashion?
No, I was disappointed in that. Maybe disappointed in the whole press conference.
Typical boxing pose, the traditional boxing pose. He went mixed martial artist.
Yeah, he's done that throughout his career. So it was like nothing's new here. Like for a boxing fan that has never seen McGregor fight, maybe seen some highlights, that may be like, oh, what's that? You know, like why is he doing that? Like, you know, some Bruce Lee shit. Like, yeah, but he's done that throughout every single fight throughout his entire career. So nothing surprising here. It was just a subdued press conference. I thought it was kind of a lackluster one.
I didn't understand why they didn't allow the fans in. They would pan the crowd to see, you know, I would say tens of dozens of reporters, but it was an empty arena. They could have had that thing packed. I didn't understand it. And Mayweather, quite different than normal, wanted his entourage not to talk and actually got upset and called them out on live media, on live feed when he said, yo, I told y'all not to do that. So that was interesting, but I am with you. It was pretty boring, the press conference, and I think it was because there was no one to play up to.
Yeah, I agree. The lack of audience it made it subdued, make it lackluster to say the least. Same with when they had at the New York, when they had at Barclay Center, because the mics weren't turned on for the crowd. So if you were watching it on YouTube or whatever, you couldn't hear the crowd at all when you were watching that press conference. So it sapped all the energy out of the atmosphere, the event. But again, I mean, that's all in the past now. I mean, I think most people are in agreement that we're all ready for Saturday. We're ready for just, you know, for McGregor fans, for UFC fans. It's their guy finally at this moment gonna fight for their sport that they feel like they've been disrespected for 20, 30 years by the boxing community. This is their time to shine. And you have the boxing fans, the media going, no, this is our lane. Stay in yours. And it's just this interesting dynamic between these two different worlds, these two different cultures. And Saturday night is really the culmination of it all. I mean, I just can't wait for that. The atmosphere, the tone of the event, let alone the actual fight. I just can't wait for that atmospheric event where it's just around the country you can tell is hyped, is caring about this. When I turn on the radio, all they're talking about is Mayweather McGregor. When I'm watching YouTube shows, all they're talking about is Mayweather McGregor. When I'm watching all these different outlets, all they're talking about is this. Saturday is going to be at a fever pitch. So I just can't wait to see what that's like.
I can't wait to see what this video looks like when it's all said and done and all the many people that came to watch this in the future, present, and past hit that thumbs up button, because they understand that, you know, because this is a Mayweather McGregor show, you know, we should have the same amount of thumbs up that indicate the popularity of this subject. But Cash, I mean, that is what you are. When you seen your boy McGregor in his karate pose, did it stick out to you?
Yeah.
Was it a big deal?
Not a big deal, but the pose cool, you know, and now hearing that that's his signature pose during, you know, the I guess the final conferences or the weigh-ins, then that's cool. The most entertainment part of the entire event was that pose, you know what I'm saying? And then Floyd saying, yo, to somebody, which I did not know was his entourage member, thought it was just like a media heckler.
Well, there was a media heckler that he addressed.
That's who I thought he was addressing. I didn't think that he was addressing somebody in his entourage when he said something about, yo, you want to be here, you got to be here in fashion. But it did lack the luster. Let's hope that it's not a dud. I don't know if you guys know what a dud means. It's like on 4th of July, you got a big ass M80 and you light that fuse. You expect an explosion and that shit is like, you know what I mean? So let's hope that the fight isn't a dud. Tomorrow's the weigh-in, right? So let's see what that brings about. Also, it is a main topic in my text messages. Somebody just texted me about 25 minutes ago. Yo, I'm in Vegas. You in Vegas? And of course, I had to give him my cruise story. And I was like, nah, I'm not in Vegas. Do you think Floyd and one of his friends, yo, Scram said Floyd gonna get knocked out, McGregor gonna win. And I was like, yo, you really think that Floyd can knock out McGregor or vice versa?
You should have bet him right there, yo. You know, my best friend got somebody to bet him $300, man. I'm hoping somebody wants to bet.
What? That McGregor wins?
Yeah, and he got his straight money.
The real bet is like, does McGregor get knocked out? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a bet for bettors, but a bet amongst friends to get someone to bet money on Conor and you get to pick Floyd.
That's abusive.
Shit, that's free money, bro.
Well, we don't know, right? Because a better bet is.
I know. You want to bet right now?
I didn't say I was going to bet that side.
See, if I get to pick Floyd, I am 100% sure.
So you think that Floyd can knock out McGregor?
I wouldn't care if he can knock out McGregor. If we're talking bets, I just want Mayweather to win as my bet. If we're talking carrying the sport of boxing, if we're talking, hold on, Matt, because I know you don't like this subject, but if we're talking carrying the sport of boxing, yes, Mayweather has to score a knockout on novice McGregor.
Just making sure you're consistent.
True.
Of course, I'm consistent.
Because you just said I don't care about the knockout, even though you have.
No, I'm speaking in context though, because I don't care about the knockout if we're talking about putting money on it. Like if you jump out your ass right now, you're like, Ness, I'll take that bet. I'll say, give it to me. How much you want? I'll get a loan.
Right, but then, but that's the bet with the odds, right? That's like, yo, I pick Floyd, and then you're.
I don't give a fuck about. Don't you get it?
I understand.
Anybody that want to bet 100 for 100, 1,000 for 1,000.
Right, that's different.
Pick Floyd. I'm happy. I'm happy.
Really bet though. For the person that's like, yo, Conor gonna win. It gotta be a little more specific. You know?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like it's hard to find those guys out there that's willing to bet on Conor, like straight money, unless it's at the.
How do you break down that fight for me real quick? To the fourth round. What do you see?
Oh man, you got to talk to Matt. He's the MMA guy, bro. Like break it down.
McGregor for Floyd. I'm just saying in general the fight
for Floyd.
But either way, how do you see that fight panning out? Round 1, 2, and 3. Both of them are saying, one is saying, I'm gonna knock you out in the first round.
I have a lot of scenarios, but they all end in Floyd winning. Like I can be optimistic and see McGregor winning rounds with an S.
Within 4 or within 12?
No, winning rounds. Not enough to win the fight, but winning rounds.
Okay, so you're saying if it goes the distance, he will win multiple rounds, not win.
Oh, God, no. If it goes the distance, Mayweather loses, in my opinion, but not loses on the cards.
Big time right there.
Not loses on the cards, loses, you know, in the sense that UFC wins, man. He didn't prove that boxing is better.
That's a lot of pressure. I think that UFC.
Bro, he's the one wanting 8-ounce gloves and saying he's going to knock him out. He put the pressure on himself. So you guys need to hold them accountable.
That's cool. And I like that we went down to 8 ounce because we once upon a time said the Nevada State is not going to bend down to Floyd rules. And we saw it happen. My thing is this. McGregor is the only UFC. I don't know a second name besides Nate Diaz. And then Ronda Rousey in the MMA. That's it. All the other faces you see, yo, he got caught for steroids. I'm like, yo, I never seen him before. Never seen him.
Oh, John Jones?
Yeah, I never seen him.
Poor Daniel Cormier crying like that because he lost, and then John Jones cheated. John Jones is a piece of yo, That's crazy, man.
But that's another topic, right? That's Matt's show. So
he's happy. He's like, oh my God, they're talking UFC.
So hold on. I have a feeling, and this is just because people say things, and these are hardcore boxing fans, and Keith Thurman being one of them, that the first 4 rounds are going to be competitive. Now somebody's gonna get really
always like that though. That's what I just said. That I could like I have many scenarios. Like I could see this fight going not identical, but in a Maidana fashion, right? Where it's like the first 4, it takes Floyd the first 4 to get a hold of McGregor's awkward style, right? Everything that people say he's you know, his angles, he switches. It's gonna take 4 rounds. Then after that, he takes off like he did with Maidana. He's too good. We're talking about, listen, this is the best scenario possible for an American. I swear to you, right? This is like, yo, this is like the alien invasion coming, and they're like, look, we're going to disintegrate this earth, but we'll give you 1 shot. Send your best athlete to defend. And we fucking got Floyd. Like, we won, bro. We won. We're good. Kick your feet up, Cash. We good. We chilling.
good. Put all your money, every saving dime on Floyd. And at least, you know, every $100 you get.
You seem not confident. I think I want to bet you, man.
No, I'm not easy on that bet. I won't bet. I want to bet specific.
Hey, Matt.
Knockout for Floyd.
Matt's been quiet, but Matt, I think he needs a bet where, since he's this new boxing apparel guy, boxing fan apparel guy, maybe he needs to make a shirt that says, I was a boxing fan dumb enough to pick against Floyd August 26th. Ooh, that shirt would sell.
I don't think Enrique is worried about that. I think Enrique is worried about that knockout and where he should bet that knockout, right? I think that's because he's talked about oh, like is he going to win any rounds in 1, 2, 3, or 4? It's assuming that he's saying that, hey, Mayweather's going to knock him out in 4 rounds.
I'll be clear, the entertainment of this whole fight, because it is not a championship fight, right? It is a fight, a spectacle.
Hey, the WBC money belt is special, okay?
Yeah, that's one of those participant belts, right?
So that's a lot of diamonds in that. That's real diamonds in that belt, though.
That's the kind of belt like every kid gets
to the fucking pawn shop,
showing up to the box.
Money belt, B. That's the money belt.
Pretty ass belt, but you know, both are saying the same thing. I'm gonna knock him out. Floyd saying, I'm going, this is not a defensive fight. It's going to happen within 4. McGregor's like, I could pull it off in 1 if I wanted to. So, you know, I want to see how far does it go. It makes Floyd look bad the deeper it goes into the rounds, unless he stops him. And McGregor, if he stops him, then, you know, we got a new boxing superstar, the new money team, right? Everybody's going to want to fight him, right? So what's the prediction? I'm just saying, if that were to happen,
no, listen,
those are 2 scenarios, man.
Listen. I don't mind going down that, you know, theoretical lane. Like I wouldn't mind seeing him do well for 12 and get a Paulie fight on the comeback. You know, well, he's fighting at 54, but yeah, take Paul.
Flip-flopping motherfucker. You can't go back and forth. You said if it goes 12, it's ruinous for boxing.
It is.
It will ruin boxing. I swear to God, you said it would ruin.
It will. But Matt,
hey, if he goes all 12, he can fight Paulie, and that'd be a big fight. You know, I'm okay with that.
He's got to stay in boxing.
Flip-flopping motherfucker.
Stay in boxing. He's got to stay in boxing.
It'll probably be bigger for him in boxing. Even if he loses. Shit, I wouldn't mind seeing him fight like, you know, a Charlo.
Whoa.
No.
So you know what you do? Listen, Matt, you give him Paulie, right? You give him Paulie, and you make that fight pay-per-view too, but you do like a $39.99. Then his next fight is like a Roberto Garcia. Now he's building a career. You know what I mean?
Shit, but that's off of a win over Floyd or a loss?
Off the loss.
But going all 12 and still ruining the sport of boxing. So I don't know how the sport being so ruined.
It's contingent on him going 12, and he got to stay in boxing. So then he'll get that Paulie fight. He could roll the Mayweather steam, get another little pay-per-view, maybe 39.
In boxing. He ain't. The UFC is going to give him part ownership. I'm guaranteeing you. That's how they're going to keep him in the UFC, is give him part fucking ownership of that shit. And the UFC is bigger than any fucking promoter in the sport of boxing. So let's just be real here. He's going to get paid to go back to the UFC.
Yeah.
They're going to let that cash cow go.
Maybe
$4 billion.
Maybe, but he already seen the amount of money he can make over here. He already seen that McGregor Entertainment is his own entity over here.
McGregor Entertainment becomes a co-owner of the UFC. That's what's going to happen next. That's my assumption. That's my assumption.
His checks ain't as big, but look, we're not here to talk about how much McGregor could make.
5% of a multi-billion-dollar company. Yeah, his checks are going to be as big as this fight.
Oh, so they're saying that where you getting this information? They're giving him 25%.
I'm just doing out a number. That's not out of the realm of possibility.
Numbers to make the argument look better.
Ness, because you don't know the UFC. They have had multiple minority owners in the past. That
25%,
50%, 20%, 25%. That has happened in the past.
25 sounds very,
but even 15%. What's 15% of a $4 billion company?
A lot.
Exactly. That's over $100 million.
Well, I don't know. 25 is a lot. So for you to just be throwing out hypothetical numbers like that isn't.
It's not hypothetical if they've done it in the past with other entities and corporations.
You said half owner. To me, that's 50%.
I said part owner.
Okay, part.
I don't know. All I know is that he sees in boxing no need for nothing. It's just him. He can be the sole owner.
You're forgetting that the UFC is allowing him to take this fight.
You're forgetting.
Different.
You're forgetting.
We don't know the contracts exactly. You don't know the contracts exactly, so I don't know why you stipulate that you know. I'm stipulating that the UFC has very restrictive contracts, which is a known fact. So I'm not going to assume whatever the fuck you want.
Care. You don't get that. I don't care what you say because you said this before the fight was made. You said there was no way this fight could be made because the UFC and their stipulations.
I said the UFC would have to allow it.
Contracts.
I said the UFC would have to allow it.
Don't cut me
off.
No
way McGregor can do it without the UFC allowing him. No. Rewind the tape, Ness. You go back and watch. Hold on.
Problem.
You go back and watch the tapes. That's what I said. You can misrepresent me.
Let the record show. You can talk over me so that the people don't hear that you made this mistake once already.
I said that if the UFC allows him, he can take it, but he cannot take this fight without the UFC allowing him, which they did. I did not suspect that.
I'm obviously under your skin. It's all right.
No, you're not under my skin. I'm trying to correct.
You're making the mistake twice on air. I mean, I wouldn't do that.
You're misrepresenting what I said. I'm trying to correct what you were saying.
How? I'm making it very simple. We were having a UFC Conor McGregor fighting and boxing conversation. In the past, you said it was not possible.
I didn't. I never said the word is not possible.
Yes, you did.
No.
Whatever.
Go back and find it.
Cotto Kamegai.
No, we have to give our prediction. Come on. No, we have to give our prediction.
I think we pretty much did. I said, put all your money on Floyd. I mean,
no, but what round? Are we picking a round or picking?
That's where it makes it more interesting. This fight is all about what's going to happen to McGregor at what point does it happen in the fight.
Pick an exact round is just very difficult.
It is.
You never know, especially with a guy like Floyd, but you guys want to,
Floyd is not a knockout puncher.
I'm going the easy route, which is Floyd Mayweather to win and pray that he wins by stoppage. Not by 12-round decision, because I think that's a fail.
That is a fail. I believe it. I want to say that I didn't buy into the knockout hype of Floyd Mayweather. I think that it's going to go the distance. I'm hoping that there is some blood from one of the two. I'm picking Floyd Mayweather by decision or by stoppage because it's possible that Floyd just looks good, swift throughout the entire fight, land punch after punch after punch, and McGregor's just chasing and pivoting and, getting hit while doing that and getting frustrated. And then the ref says, okay, no mas, stop the fight. That's my prediction.
I think we're going to see a second half TKO finish. I don't think we're going to see a knockout. I don't think Floyd historically in the past 5 years has really knocked out people. Obviously, you have the Victor Ortiz fight, but then you have the situation with that knockout, the added context, and then it just being Victor Ortiz. One thing that McGregor has is a chin. I think he's going to take a lot of shots, take a lot of punishment. 8th round knockout, or TKO, I should say. Somewhere around there seems very likely to me. We're going to see Conor McGregor tire out probably by rounds 4 to 6, and then Mayweather just tool him up and touch him at will, practically. It's definitely going to be one of those fights where people go, that's why there's levels to boxing. And I don't know why we keep forgetting that the truest aspect of this sport is the idea that there are levels to this.
That's what kind of I'm gonna tell you something real quick, because you said that. I was a little bit annoyed because last Saturday, actually last week on Thursday, everybody, and you were one of them, hooping, hopping. Oh, Julius Ndongo, so dope, and he got knocked the fuck out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so now, but you still wanted to see that fight. I think there is levels to it. You're right, man. I was trying to figure out how to diss you with that one, but it didn't work. All right. Yeah, I hope that it isn't that, though.
Well, no, I get your point though, Cash. Like, you know, from one standpoint, you were like, who's Julius Ndongo and why should he fight Terrence Crawford? But then you had a guy like Matt that's like beating the drum. Oh, he's good. This guy, he deserves his shot. Similar to the way he did with Felix Diaz. And then you and I had to sit through an ass kicking that we knew would take place when only a very small minority of geeks who think they're smarter than everyone else in boxing, you know, pick Ndongo and then bail on him on the big fight.
I didn't pick Ndongo against Crawford. I didn't pick Felix Diaz against Crawford. Again.
No, you beat the
record straight. I know you didn't say that specifically, Ness, but people could have inferred that accidentally from what you said. I know you didn't say that
because you secretly pick him. You know it at heart. You pick him.
I didn't pick Ndongo. Credit. Hey, I'm the biggest Crawford fan on this entire panel, so you know for a fact I did not pick Ndongo or Felix Diaz. I thought those would be competitive fights, dude. And then again, like Enrique said, look at the levels that we saw in that fight. We had an Olympic level guy in Felix Diaz who won a medal in the Olympics, and he was thrashed.
I would literally sit here on this end of the show and tell you, bro, we don't need Felix Diaz. And you're like, no, he's good. He beat them on.
Why did you let me finish my point? Why did you have to interrupt me?
Because I don't see how you don't see that.
See what? You had no idea what my point was.
You said he needed Felix Diaz.
Yeah.
And I was wrong. And I was wrong. If you let me finish my fucking point, you would hear me say I was wrong. That's what I was going to. But fine. I was wrong. Felix Diaz wasn't at the level of Terrence Crawford. That wasn't at the level of Terrence Crawford.
Yeah, we don't want to apologize.
Isn't at the level of those motherfuckers. That's what I was getting to, Ness. That's fine.
My point, though. We don't want your apology because you're the same guy that keeps saying these guys deserve a shot. When the masses, right, casual, they look at you and they call you the casual fan. They say you're the dumb one, but you told us months ago Crawford would beat Diaz and Ndongo. But we still have
the same thing. I said the same thing.
But you rang a campaign for them
in that division. Again, this is completely off topic. I don't know why you want to get into this, but Julius Ndongo had 2 belts. That was for an undisputed championship. What are we fucking talking about here? Are we really on fights that aren't this week?
Let me tell you, you killed the vibe though, because Ndongo, I wanted to see it. I did not care about it when we had that rating system. Like, yo, you got to watch it. DVR it. I wound up not even DVRing that fight because it was on ESPN, not Showtime, as HBO as I thought it was. But you know, the vibes that you give towards certain fights, Ness as well, is also that same monster. Kills a vibe of a fight. I was excited about Conor McGregor once the press conference started. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh wow, this dude got some heat. And you know, I'm still riding that vibe of that, hoping that this is a competitive fight. you know. But if you vibe it down, turn it down all the way to 1 and to -1, then it's like, yo, do I really care? Should I just move on? Nah, man, make this shit exciting, man. I have a feeling that the 8-ounce gloves play a big part. Will Floyd show that he's a knockout puncher still at 40 years old? And is McGregor at the level that if he goes all 12 and loses, can he fight somebody like Paulie Malignaggi? And we know and find out what happened that sparring session. You know what I'm saying? So there we go. Don't kill the vibe, man.
I don't know. I feel like you maybe the wrong. If anything, I would say, you know, he ain't killing the vibe. He's trying to hype it up. And that's my problem. He doesn't
dumbing it down by saying, yo, there's levels to this. He's going to look crazy.
But you see, that's reneging, though. That's in the future. That's when the guy that he fucking pom-pom for 3 fights has to fight the guy we all knew he would lose to. So then he hits the eject button, and he's not riding with him no more. On that fight, he ain't singing and dancing with him. But every other fight to that fight, he is. That's my point.
Ness. Why is it an issue for me to say this guy's going to beat C, B, and D level fighters, and then he's not going to beat the A level guy, and I can still be hyped about this guy beating B's, C's, and D's? Well, I don't get why those two things can't coexist.
It's not about being hyped. You could obviously be hyped, but when you promote a guy, or you know, you don't act like you didn't recommend we look out for him.
Was I ever wrong in terms of those guys deserving a fight?
Look, anyway, it's off topic. Let's talk about Cotto. He's a little short in this fight. I think that Kamegai, who's a very active fighter, right? He at least throws a lot of punches, but he doesn't have any power. I mean, last thing to go on good fighters is always power, and Cotto has some of that. But I'm interested to see at least how the height difference plays out. But Kamegai kind of gives that up being on the inside. So I guess the easy pick is Cotto by probably decision, right? Because Kamegai's pretty tough. No one's ever knocked him out, have they?
Ooh, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think he's been knocked out ever.
I mean, Cotto has knocked out guys that I haven't seen knocked out before either, but we'll see. I mean, my easy, simple pick is Cotto by a decision win. I'm not disrespecting him. To spend a lot of time on this very insignificant fight, I would rather talk about Sergiy Derevyanchenko and Tureano Johnson.
True, and also we didn't even talk about like Badou Jack versus Nathan Cleverly, which is a really decent fight, one of probably the only decent fights. And obviously your boy Ugas is on the Mayweather McGregor undercard. Maybe we may hit that as well. But Kamegai, he went life and death with Soto Karass like 9 months ago. He went life and death with Robert Guerrero like 2 or 3 years ago. Kamegai is basically a shot brawler at this point, in my opinion.
Yo, Matt, those are two of his. Sorry to interrupt you. Those are two of his 3 losses, and they're against pretty well-known guys. But he wasn't stopped at all in his career.
That's great. What's up, Stephen? Those weren't his. Those were his biggest fights, but they're all losses. They're all life and death wars, and we can all admit that Karass and Robert Guerrero are not on the level of Miguel Cotto. Whatever version of Miguel Cotto we're going to get is definitely better than whatever versions of those guys were when they fought Kamegai. So I assume Cotto is going to just be a way better technical boxer than Kamegai. I think his power is more real. I think his defense is better. His footwork's better. His head movement's better. He should just outclass Kamegai. I'm predicting maybe like a 6th or 7th round knockout or TKO for Miguel Cotto. Again, he keeps saying this is his last year of boxing, so let's see what he does after this. But I predict a pretty easy night for Cotto and almost a Canelo Kirkland type fight.
Yeah, I disagree with you, brother. I think that I totally have Cotto winning this fight, but I think that what Cotto's going to do is, like how Ness said, I think he's going to eventually outscore and outland Kamegai. But it's kind of hard to say how much is like left. I don't think it's going to be easy for Cotto because Cotto's coming off of a 2-year layoff and a loss. And Cotto is not a natural 154-pounder. He's up there because he can't really make the weight to 147 without being drained. He was never like a particularly great 154-pounder. He was there because there was kind of no one else in that division kind of worth fighting because Martinez had already moved up and Floyd was one division down, and we saw what happened when Floyd moved up. So I think that Kamegai actually has a pretty good chance to steal some rounds. Maybe I give Kamegai maybe like 4 rounds in this. Maybe the first round, maybe one of the later rounds, and a few here and there in between. But I don't think it's going to be an easy fight for Cotto. You look at Cotto versus, the Margarito, that little dual fight that he had with him. It was Margarito's ability to hunt him and stalk him and just walk through anything. Kamegai's head is huge. Have you seen Kamegai's head? That's like Barry Bonds huge, man. Like Cotto might very well break a fist against that thing. So I'm thinking it's a tough fight for Cotto, and that's why I think he knows it, and that's why he's winding down his career.
I gotta disagree with you, Steve. What's up? I don't think that Cotto's hand is gonna break on a huge head. You know, fighters, professional fighters are like, look who's Cotto fighting. Kamegai. He's asking for too much money from Rock Nation. That's why he's let loose. So Kamegai's gonna be a walkthrough. You know, it's not gonna be a brawl. Cotto, as everyone says, and I'm not gonna use youth, but the experience that the young Canelo had against Mayweather, everyone's like, yo, boxing fans especially, yo, that made him a better fighter, you know? So I think the better fighter is Cotto. He fought Mayweather, he fought Pacquiao, he fought Canelo. Yeah, I don't think that Kamegai is going to be any hard work for him. So I'm expecting a knockout, hands raised in glory, and then a big fight to close the show where he may possibly lose against like a Lara or somebody like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I doubt he takes a Lara fight, though.
Well, I was just throwing a name out there since he's in the papers now.
So, next topic is the boy Tureano Johnson taking on Sergiy Derevyanchenko. This is a good fight for both fighters. I guess on paper for both fighters, but technically for Johnson, he's probably at a disadvantage. He only had one fight this year back in March, and before that he had been out the ring for like 2 years. He obviously had contract disputes. Remember, he was with Gary Shaw. We don't even know where Gary Shaw is at now. There was rumors he was going to get picked up by Rock or probably went to the Rock. And it's been that long. Now, who he's taking on is the Ukrainian Sergiy Derevyanchenko, who only has 10 fights and 8 KOs, but he's been moving up the ranks quickly. As you can see, he's taking on someone the level of Tureano Johnson in his 10th fight. He's already defeated Sam Solomon, who is a common opponent with Dwayne Wade and others, Elvin Ayala, common opponent with Curtis Stevens, and others. So this is a good fight for a prospect. He's Ukrainian, but he's not on that Lomachenko level, like in terms of speed. He is 31, but I mean they are rushing him, but they're not fast forwarding him. If that makes any sense at all. He's known as the technician, I believe. And what's interesting about this guy is he actually trains in my gym, or should I? Yeah, he trains in my gym because he comes from New York for sparring there. So I don't have to say I'm in his gym, right? The point is I get to see him spar regularly. I get to see what he's got. And it's 16-ounce gloves, guys, with headgear. So I guess the only indicator of power is when a guy seems buzzed, when he wants to stop, or when he gets on the defense for an extended period of time. So I can't tell you where that power is for sure. I can't tell you. I haven't seen him get walked over in the gym. So he's obviously has enough to keep the people off him. And again, his knockout ratio is 80%. He has 8 knockouts out of 10 fights. So I'm going to go with the technician. Again, I think that Tureano Johnson, while he put up a great fight with Curtis Stevens and probably was robbed in a lot of hardcore fans' eyes, he's been out the ring too long. He gives me that Nicholas Walters kind of feel. He's from the Bahamas, and you know, Walter's being from Jamaica. I don't know, man. I just don't see him working in the off time. I know that Sergiy is just that. He's a technician. He's working. He's lean, you know, and he's disciplined behind that jab. He's got Andre Rozier in his corner as well as Gary Starks. So, you know, he's getting good sparring with Marcus Brown, with Paul Wolak, with, you know, Ivan Heatroff, with Hakeem Nurse. I mean, just numerous people. I mean, Glenn Tapia. So I have to go with him because of the bias. I'm in that gym. I see what he's doing. I don't know what Tureano is doing. And just from a technical standpoint, Sergiy is the better fighter.
I agree on almost every point you said. Derevyanchenko should win. I don't know if he's going to win by a knockout or a TKO. I think Tureano Johnson is just a tough guy. He is still a very skilled boxer. I shouldn't say very skilled, but he's comfortably skilled. You definitely contend with a lot of top 10 guys, a lot of top 15 guys. Derevyanchenko just may be a true top 5 soon. He could be the guy that Courtesy really wasn't because of obviously his criminal past. I mean, Derevyanchenko could be that guy. I think it's going to be an excellent fight. Obviously, the co-main event on the card is excellent as well. Emmanuel Alim versus Hugo Centeno Jr. That's a great fight as well. I'm picking Alim, who just beat Heatroff, who you just said trained with Derevyanchenko. That's an interesting sort of connection there. So I can't wait to see what those two guys bring, Alim and Derevyanchenko, because both guys are uber prospects at this point.
So what about this, right? On another topic, Saturday night, August 26th, another fight on the undercard night. Gervonta Davis, isn't he fighting Salido?
No, there was old rumors of that, and then there was other, like there was like almost like a not a formal, an informal announcement that he was going to be fighting Martinez, but then he was getting a lot of trash for that. And so the guy he's fighting is I wouldn't know his name off the top of my head.
Soccer player allegedly.
Fonseca or something like that.
And he's nobody, man, but he's here as a sacrificial lamb.
Yes, he's one of the top 10 Costa Rica has to offer, Ness. That's
wow.
Nobody. One of the top 10 in Costa Rica.
Costa Rica, a hotbed for boxing.
I know. I thought Costa Rica was just a hotbed for vacationing. I didn't know they had good boxing over there. But
top 10. Not even number 1, top 10.
In boxing, top 10 don't count. You gotta be top 3.
Who's the number 1 boxer in Costa Rica, Steven? Look that up. I'm curious.
Nobody, because
nobody, right? Everybody's tied for 10, dude. Everyone's tied for number 10.
Yo, that's crazy. That is funny.
Yo, he should get like a spectacular knockout, right? Like that's the hope here.
Well,
Davis gets a 4th round knockout, 3rd round knockout. And the co-main event hypes up the crowd, hypes up the TV audience for Mayweather and McGregor, and then Mayweather goes out there and puts out just a 12-round dominant performance, throwing 3 punches around.
Well, no. Speaking of, should put on knockouts, right? All of the TMT people need to put on knockouts. I'm talking, Mayweather down to Badou Jack.
Badou
Jack's gonna be in a tougher fight than most people on this weekend.
Yeah, that's a tough. Nathan Clarity.
I actually wanted you to check, Steven, has he ever been stopped? But I did it myself. He's stopped by Kovalev. I think Jack is technical enough to also stop.
I don't know about that.
Cleverly, he hasn't really been in there. Listen, he lost to Fonfora, which was a UD, and we all know that, Fonfora with the right pressure can be folded. And he didn't fold him. Cleverly doesn't have power. He's an active fighter. I'll give him that. He throws a lot of punches. Maybe he can make Badou Jack shell up, but I think that Badou Jack is a very accurate puncher. And once he sees that Cleverly doesn't have any power, he's going to finish this kid. This kid's, like I said, he's been chilling with this title. After the Fonfora run, he had the 40-year-old Bragomir, he's been chilling. Look, he didn't even fight in 2017. This will be his first fight. So he's coming off a long layoff. This is perfect for Jack, who's looking phenomenal, might I say, okay? I was there. I got to see Jack, and I know his strength and conditioning coach personally. Coach Larry Wade, you guys know him as Sean Porter's strength and conditioning coach. And this guy's continue to merge with certain fighters, and those performances continue to be great. He's been with Jack now 3 fights. Look at his last 3 performances.
And one of them's a draw. I think another one's a draw.
Judges, come on, dog.
I know. Okay, I'm gonna give that added context. Of course, you can.
Everybody picked him over DeGale after the fight. They thought
But he also had a draw with Porky Medina. So I'm just saying very quickly that Badou Jack, while an excellently skilled boxer in terms of fundamentals,
but you're bringing up Porky Medina.
Nah, he beat Porky, but he got a draw against Marco Antonio Parra.
He doesn't even matter because that was like 2013. We're talking about his last 3 fights with Coach Larry Wade. So you're bringing up something from 10 years ago to strengthen your argument?
Yo, he did get a draw against Porky Medina. What are you talking about? It was a majority draw. Was it not?
It was Marco Peribon. Medina he beat.
Yeah, it says on BoxRec, Rogelio Medina TKO 6. Yeah, TKO in 6. He stopped Porky in 6.
Knock him out? No, I could have sworn Badou Jack got stopped once.
No, he did get stopped way back in the day. Way back in the day.
Yeah, he was stopped by Derek Edwards.
Way back in the day.
He was stopped in. Yeah, he was stopped by Derek Edwards, 2014, February 28th. Jack was down twice in 1 round, and that was the same round that he was stopped. That was after getting a draw against Paraban and immediately after stopping Porky Medina.
All right, and my point is, look, his last 3 are Groves, Boutte, and DeGale.
Did he get a draw with Boutte? Or no, how did that fight go?
He got the draw by disqualification because Boutte, remember, he was beating him anyway, but Boutte tested positive.
That's right.
He was beating him anyway. Same thing with DeGale. He was beating him, and they gave him a fucking draw. Like, we know what he did, and I was only bringing up the fact that we know his conditioning is there. That's what we know. So, in this fight, he's going to need that with Cleverly because Cleverly is a high-level, well, I don't even know how to say it, but he throws a lot of fucking punches, okay? So
he's a high-volume puncher. But I just think Badou Jack isn't this excellent boxer. I think he does a few things very well, but I think it's a little bit basic in what he does. Again, this is him moving up a weight class. I know Sergey Kovalev finished Nathan Cleverly, but that's Sergey Kovalev. He's either the hardest hitter in the division or the second hardest hitter, depending on your opinion. So I think the idea that he can go out there and stop him in dominating fashion, I don't see that. I think this is a lot closer, a lot tougher fight than a lot of people think. I'm still picking Badou Jack. I can even see it still a late round TKO, maybe 10, 11, or 12. But this is going to be a much more competitive fight because Badou Jack, A, doesn't throw a lot, and 2, is a little bit basic in a way that does hurt him in the long run.
Yeah, I think this is a really tough fight for Jack as well. I really wouldn't doubt it if Cleverly was able to pull a decision because he is moving up in weight. And let's look at the guys who Cleverly lost to. He lost to, he got stopped by Sergey Kovalev, who's a true 175-pounder and hits like a freaking cruiserweight. He lost to Andrew Fonfara. Andrew Fonfara is 6'3". That guy's huge. He throws a lot of punches. I think they broke some type of record when they fought each other in that fight. And then he lost to who was it? That cruiserweight, or who's now walking around a heavyweight. Tony Bellew. Another excellent fighter. These are big guys. Jack coming up in weight. I don't know. I think that Jack is gonna have to really. He's gonna be the one who's gonna have to really put the pressure on. I think early and try to steal some rounds early because if you sit back and you let Cleverly take the rounds, I mean, we've seen it. You're not going to get the decision if you're only fighting for the last half of the fight. He's going to have to change his style a little bit. And I think it's going to be a tough adjustment for him to do, especially at the new weight. So I got Badou Jack by close decision. I think he'll finally be on the right side of a close decision in this fight.
Yeah, I'm expecting Badou to be and the new. So what's the news with the Charlo and Lubin? Do we finally have a date and card? Are they headlining?
We have a date. We have a venue as well.
Really?
You're gonna love it, Ness. Barclay Center in Brooklyn, man.
Wow.
They get all of the Showtime big fights. October 16th, I believe, is the date. And it's gonna be a triple header. This is all rumored. Multiple sources telling RingTV.com saying this, that We're going to get Jermell Charlo versus Erickson Lubin. We're going to get Erislandy Lara versus Terrell Gausha. And we're going to get Jarrett Hurd versus Austin Trout, all on the same card, all defending their 3 junior middleweight titles. I think that's a fantastic idea. I think they're all sort of really good fights. And even if you can sort of pick apart maybe the Lara fight and even maybe the Hurd fight, the sum of these fights together makes it a great card. So I can't wait to see that.
Who's Lara fighting, you're saying?
Terrell Gausha.
Oh, man, poor Gausha.
I know.
I mean, but it's time, bro. They've been trying. They've been trying their best with Cleveland's Gausha, man. But he started high. He started at 68. He was an Olympian and everything, but he's not panning out.
No, I see him fight live. My first ever event I covered for TBV was actually one of his fights against, I think it was Steven Martinez. And I thought he lost, to be honest. I thought he lost the fight. So God knows what Lara is going to do to him. I expect Lara to get an emphatic finish in this fight, to be honest.
Well, but is Lara a finisher though? Like, every now and then he gets a stoppage, but
it's against guys who really aren't at that level.
I don't think he is.
Even Jan Zavek.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And Gausha is gonna have to step up. People might say I'm counting him out or whatever, and maybe he's that type that rises to the occasion, right? Needs to be in there with those type of people in order to step to that level. I don't know. But this is levels.
And obviously the Lubin Charlo fight is the fight on the card. I think everyone's hyped for that. I think if you're a boxing fan, you've been watching those guys for a while, been watching them come up. Now they're going to fight each other. I think really for who's the best guy at 154 right now, I think a lot of people would say that fight's going to determine that. I think even Enrique is probably really hyped on that, being a casual fan. I think everyone's going to be
hyped on the names. And it goes to prove that the motto for PBC, which is the best fighting the best, is still in effect, right? Because you see somebody like Jarrett Hurd getting a lot of buzz on the internet, and then he gets a fight with Trout. You're like, wow, damn, is he moving too quick, or are we seeing good versus good? So I'm excited for the Charlo Lubin, especially. He's the same to me. He's in the same category as a Jarrett Hurd, and he's gonna prove himself. He's got to prove himself, and the same thing for Jarrett Hurd, who I thought that fight was official and coming up really soon. I saw Jarrett Hurd, and I was like, yo, I can't wait to see you fight Trout. I'm going to support you. And his eyes opened up like, yo, that shit ain't official. Or I don't know. He just was surprised that I said that, or the fight wasn't even announced, and I just knew about it because of the boxing voice. So hearing that it's in October, I'm a little bit disappointed because I thought it was sooner. But, yeah, man, great-ass card. Where is that fight taking place? Texas?
Barclays.
Oh, Barclay. Even
better. I might have to come out to Jersey for that one.
Damn. That's a good month too. October is my birthday month.
Oh, party.
Yeah. So
you for your birthday?
I don't know yet, man. I don't plan that way in advance. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Why not?
Free Weezy, man. He doesn't need to plan that far in advance. Come on.
Like, yo, for my birthday, I'm gonna go on top of the Empire State Building, pop a bottle of Ace of Spades. Shake that shit up, let it spill all over the place. Get arrested, come home the next day, and motherfucking cut an ice cream cake.
Yo, nobody feels like this fight might be like kind of a bit too quick for Lubin. Like,
yeah,
I feel like
way quick. It is way quick.
Don't you think he should be getting like some type of like, I don't know, maybe Willie Nelson or some Monterosian? Yeah, Monterosian type. Who did Willie Nelson beat? Fucking
Tony Harrison.
Yeah, someone like that. Don't you think he should be getting something like that before stepping up to Charlo? I just feel like it's too quick. Like, I feel like if he was able to grow a little bit more, it would make for a better fight down the line. Like, I don't think this Charlo has any like plans to move up to middleweight.
This the Charlo that he just beat the Argentinian dude?
No, that was the middleweight Charlo. This is the junior middleweight Charlo.
So that is Jermell Charlo.
Yes.
The one that's fighting Lubin.
Jamal is the one that beat the Argentinian. Jermell is this one.
He's the one that beat Hatley.
And the one that beat Trout.
Yes.
Austin Trout. All right. So Lundy. I always say that. Erickson Lubin probably was like, yo, I want the fight, and they gave him the fight.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, that maybe it was a Gervonta Davis situation, because remember, he could have went to the amateurs and he decided to turn pro at 18. So you might think it's early, but he's 21, 22 now.
21.
He's ready for the money.
Now, what about Jarrett Hurd's fight? Is it too soon for him against Austin Trout, or is that like
I can't argue. I can't do that just because isn't he a title holder? He's a title holder. Swift Jarrett Hurd holds a title. So if you're the champion, nothing's too soon for you. I don't like that how people could be a champion, but another fighter is too soon for them. That doesn't make sense to me. If you're the champ, people are gonna be coming after you, and you got to defend your title. So I don't think it's too soon for him. I think it's just about right. A former champ in Trout. Also, if he beats Trout, then he's got a common opponent with Charlo, so it sets up a fight in the future. I think that fight makes sense.
Yeah, man, that is that's an interesting one. Funny that you said you would come out here, Matt. I'm gonna have to go visit Lubin in that camp. When is this happening? October when?
16th, I believe, is the date that's rumored.
October 16th. Wow, they keep pushing it, right?
But they've been doing that for a while with these guys, especially these guys. Charlo's been pushed back a lot this year.
Yeah, on BoxRec it says October 14th.
Oh, my bad, Steven.
Yeah, I just don't want misinformation going out there.
It's a Monday.
Hey, as part as this Mayweather McGregor weekend, let's not forget that Yordenis Ugas stepped in, right? Isn't he on this card somewhere?
Yes, Ugas is fighting Delorme.
Yeah, because Porter had to pull out for family.
That's on Fox Sports 1. That's not on the pay-per-view telecast.
Yeah, so tell the people how they could watch that. Because
go to Fox Sports 1. I mean, you have to have a subscription for it. So
there you go.
What about the Cotto fight?
The Cotto fight's on HBO. The Derevyanchenko versus Tureano Johnson's on FS1 tomorrow, Friday, not Saturday. So make sure for that. And everyone's gonna forget about this, but Canelo Triple G 24/7 episode 1 is also this Saturday. I think directly after the HBO card.
Yeah, it's after the Cotto fight.
Yep. So
one more thing, I know somebody knows this information. The original man, the man who coined the phrase, "You don't know shit about boxing." Where is he? Is he all right? Roger Mayweather?
Dude, that's what I was saying. I think a couple weeks ago to Nestor. I was like, I don't know who's being the lead trainer for Mayweather this camp. It doesn't look like there is a lead trainer. It looks like he's just doing it.
I didn't see Roger at the gym.
I'm real curious as to who's going to be in his corner being the main quarterback. Do you think it's going to be his buddy from the Olympics?
No, it's going to be the Teen Goosen, right? Spanish dude. Nah, maybe.
I know he was training with them, so that's very possible.
Oh, that's who he keeps posting that gym more than the TMT.
Oh, and very quickly, I'm sorry, I was wrong. The Mayweather McGregor undercard is not on FS1. It's on regular Fox. So Big Daddy Fox. For some people, that's channel 11. For some, it's 7. I think for even some, it may be 4. So make sure everyone should have that channel, so it's on there instead of FS1. It's on Fox. So Yordenis Ugas versus Thomas Delorme. Definitely watch that fight if you're an MMA fan and you're just watching this from McGregor and Mayweather. Ugas is something to watch, so make sure you watch that on Fox.
Until Ugas fights Crawford, then there's levels to this, right?
Exactly. Come on, Crawford's TBE. Come on,
big name for him. But he is TV. He has every single belt, right? That was the excitement.
Well, any other topics before we move on?
One last hipster topic. I know no one really needs to really talk about this, but Luis Nery, who just knocked out Yamanaka for the bantamweight belt, he just
I heard about this.
PEDs, unfortunately, so that win I think is being taken back. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, he tested positive. I seen that for something that's very similar to clenbuterol. WBC sent me an email. Hilarious, yo. Not hilarious, but in a way like, wow, people were bigging him up, and now look.
People were really bigging him up. I remember big time boxing hipsters were talking about him like maybe 2 years ago. And now for him to knock out a legend like Yamanaka, who probably is going to enter the Hall of Fame at some point, it is kind of unfortunate to see a great fighter get knocked out by somebody that was cheating potentially. But again, there is a due process for that. There is a B sample that could be tested. I believe he can repeal this. So let's see where that goes.
As of now, it is still recorded as a knockout on Yamanaka's record, according to BoxRec.
Where was that fight at? What country did it take place in? Does anyone know?
Hold on, I'm looking it up right now. Sorry, I'm going to have to get back to you on that one because it's not posted up right now.
Because I know it was fought overseas. That does always add a little bit of a question mark to how the regulation of this is going to be handled. If it's in Japan,
it was in Kyoto, Japan, at the Akiko Honda. That was a promoter, and it looks like it was at the Shimazu Arena. Man, I wish I knew Japanese.
Yeah, Japan probably won't do any sort of like regulatory body. They won't come down on it at all. It would have to be up to VADA or the sanctioning body that sanctioned this fight. I forget if it was the WBC or WBA, but they would have to decide what to do on this. So hopefully they be consistent with what they've done in the past, and we get some sort of resolution to this very soon.
It's the WBC, and I totally see him cracking down on this. I mean, you can't have a clean boxers program and then not crack down once you find out that someone who just won your title, who you're just celebrating after the title was after the taking down a longtime champion. I don't see how you could not try to make an example of him and try to take that, win away from try to change, make the correct changes, especially if they're gonna try to enforce this going forward. I see them totally cracking down on him.
Well, I think it's about that time. Jump out to the callers, and first, quick word from the sponsors.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
All right, going to Amin in New Jersey. Talk to me.
Salud. Listen, this is a good weekend for combat sports, period. But I'm going to say one thing. I think Mayweather takes this fight. It's going to be a stoppage. But I'm not going to say McGregor's going to quit on his stool, but his corner is going to stop the fight for him. He's just going to take too many blows. He ain't going to like the way it feels. At some point in the fight, he's going to do some kind of antic that's going to be like some Sandman shit from '97, like on some Holyfield Bowl. So it's going to be like some minor commotions because he's going to just try to bring some drama to the shit. But his corner is going to end up stopping the fight. He's going to take too many punches. As an aside, Cotto, like, why doesn't he fight Lara? If he's campaigning at 154 right now?
Yes.
Okay, so Lara's holding that belt hostage. I don't want to hear shit about he can't get a good fight. Why don't they line that up? That adds to Lara's legacy. Shit, it gives Cotto to taking on a more meaningful fight. I don't see why all the money he's getting from Rock Nation, he can't throw Lara a bone and give us a real good fight at 54.
He's not with Rock Nation.
You don't want the other Charlo that's at 154.
He's not with Rock Nation anymore. He's with Golden Boy.
Oh, Golden Boy. All right.
You know, Golden Boy just had a lawsuit with Al Heyman, so I don't know if they're doing business with each other. Cotto is no longer with Rock Nation. He's with Golden Boy.
Plus, Cotto don't need a belt no more.
Okay. Nah, but it's, to me, it's just the level of competition. If you want to fight somebody at 154 and you done already been in there with at 160, like, you know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and take the best at 154 instead of going in there bullshitting against a very durable fighter in Kamegai. The other side too, I'm just throwing it out there, Matt. This is more for you. You can respond however you want, but I think on the low that John Jones, as much of a dick as he is, and I've rooted for him in the past, I feel like they said, "Yo, McGregor's the face of MMA right now." Somebody might give me the X-Files music. Somebody might have slipped him a Mickey just to kind of move him out the way. I don't know. It's the wild ass theory, but I'm just saying I don't think he's dumb enough.
Look, here's the thing with John Jones. I'm going to address it very fast because that's not really a topic on the show, but I'm going to address it very fast. John Jones is a cokehead. Has a long history of cocaine addiction. You need, not you need, but it's very common if you're addicted to cocaine, you're taking a lot of cocaine, it's very hard to get a boner. Like, that's just science. So him taking dick pills makes perfect sense if you add it with the cocaine addiction. And again, remember, we've heard stories of John Jones hiding from USADA testers, hiding under cages at Greg Jackson and Winkle John's gym. I'm not going to sit here and speculate on, oh, he was tainted, oh, it was sabotage. Like, I can't do that. John Jones has a long history of fucking up, has a history of PD use and drug use. I can't support that or back him anymore at this point. He needs to prove himself in a court of either law or a repeal with USADA. And until then, you can't speculate on that.
Spoken like a true gentleman, Matt. As always, fellas, I'm gonna keep it moving. Love the show. That's my call.
All right, thanks for calling in. Man, we got a treat for you here, guys. Someone we haven't heard from in a while. We're gonna have to dust off the intro here. If I could even find it. That's how long it's been.
You know who I miss? I miss Blackface.
I thought I won the fight.
You thought you won the fight? Why?
Ain't no fucking padding in the fucking glove.
Yo, who made that intro? That's a hot intro.
Yeah. This is Blackface. Respect to everyone listening in the past, present, and future. Thought I'd drop in and drop my knowledge here on this mega event that's coming up. That was my own intro that I made casual. I made that at work.
That was hot.
Yeah, in regards to the Mayweather Conor event, this is some real life Freddy versus Jason shit. This is Ryu versus Ken. This is Borog versus fucking Dalsim. This is fucking Batman versus Superman. This is some wild shit that we're seeing. I wasn't really a fan of it at first, but you know, as the time's gone on, it's grown on me. You know, as you know, someone who watches boxing, I don't really watch MMA. You know, I've had to go back and do my research in regards to what Conor brings to the table, and you know, I don't think he really stands a chance. Really, I'm picking Floyd by decision. I'm putting my life savings on Floyd and a decision over here in the UK. Over here in the UK, you can get Mayweather in a decision at 3-1. I don't think Mayweather's going to knock him out. I'm not going to fall for that hype about him walking him down and yada, yada, yada. You know, I'm pretty much thinking that Floyd can hit Conor at will, but, you know, I like to think that Conor's got an Irish chin. There's a lot of Irish guys over here where I'm from, and these guys are as tough as nails. So I like to give Conor that some sort of credit. You know, but people, doing a lot of comments in regards to people saying that when Conor wins, boxing's going to die. And boxing will never die. Boxing will never die is because in boxing is where they cut the biggest checks. As long as they keep cutting the checks that they do in boxing, it'll never die. So we haven't got to worry anything with regards to that. In regards to looking online today in regards to some prop betting and stuff, what I think is a really good prop bet. I don't know if you guys can access Paddy Power. There's a website called Paddy Power over here in the UK. I don't know if you American guys can access it, but they're offering 50-1. I repeat, 50-1 for a doctor to check either fighter during the fight. It's currently at 50-1. I think that's an unbelievable value because I think they're starting to do that. They've started to check the fight as a standard in title fights. After 6 or 7 rounds, you know, the doctor comes in and checks their eyes and stuff. So if that happens during the fight, 50-1, you can get an odds on that on Paddy Power's website. So I advise everyone to go and check that out because that's what I'm doing. I've already put my money down on that. But yeah, it was good speaking to you guys. Good to see the team back up online. I see all you guys in the panel. You got a full house. So yeah, back on the scene, man. That's my call. The time you feel lonely is a time when you most need to spend by yourself.
Blackface, as always, thanks for calling in. We're going to go out to Los Angeles. Santiago, talk to us.
Hey guys, sorry about that. I'm just stepping out right now because I'm gonna go get something to eat.
But obviously, prediction day, I think most of us are obviously in agreement that Mayweather's going to basically win this fight. Ness, you feel like he has to do it by knockout. Some of us here are of the same mindset that Mayweather probably won't give two shits. He'll just go to decision as always. But, you know, like casual, I do hope that this fight will be competitive. I mean, it's a stretch to say the least. But if it's competitive, it's still going to be something fun. Obviously, we got a great undercard to look forward to on Saturday. Coverage starts at 3 p.m. Pacific over here. I mean, imagine that, man. How often have we seen a coverage last from 3 p.m. till the main event for a boxing event? So I'm excited to see that, you know. Nathan Cleverly, Badou Jack, Gervonta Davis. You know, Friday we have Derevyanchenko, Johnson. It's going to be a pretty decent weekend of boxing, to say the least. You know, so obviously I think that Mayweather's going to win this fight by decision. I don't really have much to say. We all know Mayweather. It's going to be a Mayweather kind of fight, a Mayweather kind of night. Mayweather's going to go running away to the bank with that O intact and those O's at the end of that check. That's my call. Any questions you guys have regarding any of these topics, feel free to ask. Otherwise, see you guys on Sunday.
All right, Santiago, thanks for calling in. We're going to go down. Going to go down the line to our Boomerang, Jose in Canada.
Popping all this champagne, popping all this rosé, getting money like Jose, chain cold, Norway. Shorty wants that foreplay. I'm like, no way. Gotta rock it like Coldplay, killing it. Getting cheese like Green Bay. Call me Aaron Rodgers. Hopped out that Dodger, dodging them.
Yo, boys. Hello to all you guys there. Steven, Enrique, Matt, and Ness. How you guys doing? Hope everyone's doing well. You know what? This is a great weekend, man. I was just thinking about this logically. I heard the other day, you know, if McGregor wins, it's going to kill boxing. He's single-handedly going to eliminate it. I don't know, man. Let's just say the miracle happens. If McGregor wins, that means he's going to fight again in boxing, and he's maybe the heir to Floyd Mayweather in terms of the pay-per-view king, right? I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen, but I'm just saying, worst-case scenario, there really is no worst-case scenario for boxing. I know it's a sport that we all kind of protect because it's fringe and it's, you know, it's not so much a sport that everyone follows and everybody loves, right? But at the end of the day, I think what Santiago said is true. Like today I went out to the bar and I was just asking, and to pretty much guarantee you get to watch the fight, you got to be at the bar at 5:30, man. And the fight doesn't show till 10:30. So that's 5 hours that people are going to be exposed to boxing, watching boxing. So, I mean, all in all, it's good, man. Like, I can't wait. Like, you know, like everybody else, at first I thought it was a joke. But now if you're not excited by the fight, then you're just a hater and you're bitter. Like, what's wrong with it, man? It's a little bit of a sideshow and a circus, but hey, man, all fights are kind of like that anyway, right? So, I don't know. I'm excited. I would like to see McGregor at least bring something and at least be able to excite the crowds and, like, you know, connect with a couple of shots at least. It would be amazing if it were to be like a Mosley where he'd catch him clean and shake him up and let Mayweather show his chin and show his mettle, right? Like a lot of people just think Mayweather's a big pussy, right? So, I don't know. I'm hoping for a good fight. I'm predicting Mayweather is going to stop him between rounds 9 and 12. Just go back and watch the Cotto fight, and you'll see Mayweather was at his strongest the last couple of rounds. And had he wanted to, he could have knocked out Cotto. He just carried him the last round, 2 rounds. Anyway, boys, that's all I got. And talk to you guys later. Peace.
Jose, as always, thanks for calling in. We're going out to our good friend in the UK, Robbie Hearn.
Dollar DiBiase Productions.
BJ was gonna beat me, then yeah, you predict he's gonna beat me. He thought
Why Walter sold out 90,000? This guy has been pro for like 8 years, 9 years. If Walter wants some of his work, he can definitely get it on ASAP.
Boxingvoice.com.
Hey fellas, how you doing?
Well, good. How are you?
Yeah, good man. Cheers. Yeah, Stephen, Mr. Swagoo there. How you doing?
Why am I Swagoo? Whatever, man.
Yeah, you got it wrong. Yeah, just obviously let's get the easy one out of the way. I think Floyd does it, no problem. I hope Conor, like Jose said, I hope he can sort of make a bit of a show of it and, you know, maybe light it up for a little bit. But I think Mayweather's obviously got this. I think maybe stop him round 7, I think. I know, I think Jack and Cleverly is going to be the fight of the card, I think. And I think Cleverly, he's going to throw a lot, and maybe he can keep Jack quiet. But it's just the length of his layoff is a bit of a worry for me. But you know, being a Brit, I'll go for Cleverly. Gervonta Davis has obviously got this in the bag. But I just wanted to mention the Paulie thing getting involved and trying to drag McGregor's manager to the side for the word. You know, clever move. He's obviously trying to set it up, but I just wish that the cop that sort of kind of pushed Malignaggi to the side, and he was like, "I'm a fighter." He said, "Oh, calm down, dude. I'm a fighter. I'm a fighter." I just wish the cop would have said something like, "Well, it didn't look like it in the sparring footage," or something. I think that would have been a great piece of banter from the cop. But yeah, I think it's going to be a great night for boxing. You know, hopefully, you know, we break all kinds of records. I know Espinoza said he's not sure and he doesn't think so, but I think he says that a lot with all these big pay-per-views. But I think he's going to maybe smash all the previous records. But yeah, like Jose said as well, it's boxing on the TV, lots of people watching. I think it's good for boxing, and regardless of the result, I just think it's bringing a lot of eyes to boxing. So anyway, that's my call. Keep the show going, and I'll speak to you soon.
Rob, always a pleasure to have you, man. Have a good night out there in the UK, staying up late with us. We're going from the United Kingdom to the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Marcus, what's going on?
Yo, man, I wanted you to play the fight doctor entrance. I was going to wig the fuck out, but never mind. But look, check this out, man. Oh, man. Man, listen, let me ask y'all a question. Y'all can respond to this. What was Arturo's Gotti reputation before he fought Mayweather?
Nothing.
Any of the hosts?
Nothing. Going to war with Ward, right? I mean, what is his name? Excuse me.
Yeah, it was Mickey Ward. It was going to war with Mickey Ward a lot, but also just being like a
he had the trilogy. He's known for the trilogy.
And not just that, though. He was known as being a pretty good lightweight. Like, he was a fun lightweight to watch when he was in the lighter division, when he was able to really keep up with the guys.
Yeah, fun to watch, but he wasn't like A level.
But he was a durable guy, is what I'm saying. He was a durable guy. He was in fights, late fights. He was an extremely powerful body puncher. He won some fights he wasn't supposed to fight, but everybody knew he was really durable, right? Mayweather beat the snot out of him, right? So all the time when people been saying like they gonna come in and hit Mayweather, only one fighter I've ever seen fight Mayweather that actually stuck to how they actually fight, and that was Hatton. Everybody else wound up looking different against Mayweather. It'll be no different in here tonight. MMA punches throw arm punches. I don't know if y'all saw Sugar Shane Mosley comment on it, said they don't twist with torque. They throw arm punches. A lot of times you see MMA fighters are lunging in. Just perfect targets for boxers. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't see anywhere in the God's gift of Sundays how does Conor McGregor, who doesn't throw with any type of body twisting torque, does not set up any moves with previous moves within a boxing acumen, that he's going to beat the guy that guys who've trained all their life with throwing punches and setting punches up in different manners can't land the same punch on them. I just don't see how McGregor's going to do it. As far as the card, I mean, anybody, like you said, is as much as we talked about the fight months ago, this is must-see TV. I don't think it's detracting from Triple G Canelo. I think it's just a Mayweather production, as always. I think the usual suspects are going to win: Jack and Tank, and somehow, some way, whether Jack looks good or not, I think he has the most difficult task, so to speak. In that, and as far as what King Amin has said, man, why Cotto didn't fight Lars? Was like, who wants to chase him and look bad in their last fight? Like I said, if y'all go back some months, it's a big setup for him to fight Pacquiao either in the Philippines or Puerto Rico on the exit fight. Watch what I'm telling you. Holla back. DC in the building, Boxing Voice, man. You know how we do. That's my call.
I don't know about that Pacquiao fight because that would be Bob having to do business with Arum now. being as though excuse me, Bob having to do business with Oscar, being as though Oscar and Cotto are now in this little deal together. But Los Angeles.
Mr. Info Joe.
This portion of the show we call In the
Mr.
Know,
Info Joe.
presented by my brother.
Yo, you know it ain't no show without Info Joe. What up, Boxing Voice? Matt, Steven, Ness.
What up?
Ass Weezy in the house, right?
Yeah, he had to
Come
go
on,
step
right?
away for just a second.
All right, man. All right, this is it. The spectacle of the year. When I first heard about this fight, I hated it. I wanted Floyd to pass the torch to someone worthy. But now that we are here, man, Floyd has to knock his fucking ass out. Point. I don't know why he can go 12. No. The man is stepping into a whole new lane. The boxing gods ain't having it. He has to knock him out. It will be, make you imagine if Floyd lost, it would be a shot around the world. It will be front page news. If Floyd wins, it won't be front page news around the world. So he can't make it look close. This would fuck up his legacy so bad of all what he done if he even struggles with this dude, which I think he's not. He's gonna beat the shit out of him, and I think it will be maybe competitive, maybe for 2 or 3 rounds. But I say he's taking him out in the 7th round. From my lips to the boxing guy's ears, make it happen, Floyd. That's my call. Peace, Boxing Voice.
Who the fuck is that guy?
My name is Floyd. My name is Floyd. My name is Money Mayweather.
Majid with all the background noise.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I got away from the noise, but yeah, man. I'm going with Mayweather by decision. I got a feeling that he gonna punish him, and he fucking with everybody's heads when he talking about he gonna walk him down. That's the same shit he was saying when he fought Robert Guerrero. And he was going, not running, none of that stuff. Well, I don't call it running. I call it ring general shit. But I think he fucking with Conor McGregor head just to mess up his game plan, and it's just gonna be a walk him down, punish him thing. I don't fuck all that TKO, KO stuff. He got bad hands, so I ain't gonna put that pressure. I don't feel like it's gonna kill boxing if he don't knock him out, because he got bad hands. But I'm just like, it is what it is. Conor McGregor, Conor McGregor, he going in there for the money. He getting his check, but he gonna get that ass check by the time it comes. So y'all already know what it is. We got Mayweather winning by unanimous decision, and fuck all the MMA fans, including Matt. That's all I got.
Yo, whoa. Yo, why fuck me? What did I say that was pro McGregor? That I didn't say he was gonna win.
You're an MMA fan, bro.
No, Majid said fuck me, but he's the one that said Mayweather's gonna go decision.
Yeah,
I said Mayweather's getting a TKO. Get out of here, Majid. I'm a real boxing fan.
Yo, you know what's happening? You know what's happening? There's a divide, Matt. That's what's happening. People are making you pick sides.
I hate that because I am the MMA guy on the panel.
You are.
That it automatically means I must favor McGregor.
You should.
No, why? That's not reality.
You turn your back on your sport, Matt. None of us would ever do that.
I love both sports. I don't get why I have to pick one. I'm not one of you motherfuckers that it's boxing versus MMA. Like let's go to war right now. It's not a fucking gang war here.
That's why you're not one of us.
That's why. See, we are on one side where it's only this side.
I'm in the middle. It's like, yo, I like both sports. This fight's a sham, but I'm gonna watch it because it's entertaining as fuck. Like, why can't that just be a side? Like, I need more people on my side over here. Like,
you don't have a side. You don't have a side. Your side is the MMA side.
He's straddling that border. It's riding up his.
How am I sitting on that border? I'm not Majid.
You just said it. You're on both. You're not even on either side. You're just in the middle.
Call him Oni in the middle. Yo, let's go to Alexander.
What's going on, people? Listen, man. Why you lot always going in on my guy, Matt? It's the biggest fight of the year, and you lot talking about Julius Ndongo and Felix Diaz and shit for the first 20 minutes of the damn call. You don't need to sort it out. Matt, my guy, but fuck him anyway because he MMA. But
Oh man, It's brutal.
You my guy, man. I helped you a little bit, but you know it's still fucking 6 rounds. My guy Mayweather, stop him. Easy money, easy work. TBE. I'm out.
Alexander Bully in the UK want to check in. Thanks for calling in. Man, wow. Who do we got? We going to Noah in Baltimore.
Hey, what's happening? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, cool. So I missed the last show on Bud Crawford, but I got to say I was really impressed. I thought he was going to win, but I didn't think he was going to win that fast. And I love the body shots. And anyone who thinks that you can't get stopped by a body shot just needs to watch like De La Hoya and Hopkins or Roy Jones and I think it was Virgil Hill. I mean, you can get killed by body shots. That was just beautiful. Floyd and McGregor, I can't believe we're like people really, you know, I'm excited to watch it, but I mean, come on, like MMA people are betting even money, you know, they'll bet you win or lose, which is just crazy. I
need to find some of those
Vegas
guys.
is getting worried. No, they're out there. They're out there. I'm telling you.
No,
And
I know.
Vegas
My
is even
best
getting
friend found
worried.
one. I need to find some though. I need just about enough to cover about 1,000. I need a free $1,000.
Right. Exactly. All right. I got one question before I go. Well, a couple things. Lomachenko, I don't think Teddy Atlas, I don't think there's any like favoritism or anything. The way that he's fighting is really impressive just to watch him. And that's what Teddy Atlas is looking at. And even though he hasn't fought that many people, I mean, if you think about it, Gary Russell is great. And we need to see him fight other people to really see how good he is. And also, Nicholas Walters, you know, Gary Russell? Yes.
Yo, I'm starting to think that you're Teddy Atlas with a disguise.
Teddy Atlas with a voice
No, you
box
guys are
changer.
tripping. No, you guys are tripping. Like Gary Russell needs to fight like Leo Santa Cruz and Frampton and those people, and then we'll see. And also Nicholas Walters.
Yeah, when he fights
know,
those
when
guys,
he
then maybe
beat
you
up-
could call him great.
No, just look at the way he fights, man. He's amazing. And Nicholas Walters, he beat up Nonito Donaire when Donaire was like his fight actually with Rigondeaux was really close. Like Rigondeaux outboxed him, but I mean, if you were to like he was the guy that had a chance at hurting Rigondeaux, you know, it wasn't like Rigondeaux was going to hurt him. And then Nicholas Walters like beat him down, and he even said after the fight, "You beat my ass." Like, and then Lomachenko made Nicholas Walters quit. So I mean, Lomachenko doesn't have enough fights, but he's amazing. And I just got one question for you guys. The winner of Canelo Triple G, where do you put him on the pound for pound list?
We can definitely discuss that on maybe the Sunday show after Canelo Triple G.
Yo, if you got Loma up at 1 right now or anywhere near 3, the winner of Triple G Canelo deserves to be up above that, dude. Also, man, you didn't sound like you're from Boston. Can't wait till you call back and explain that.
And Baltimore.
My bad.
There's a lot of things I like to move, so just try to get on my games on box. I don't know why they gonna call me, because I'm a 54 pounder, but I have a brother that's at 160.
Yo, what's up, fellas? Shout out. I missed the Crawford show as well. Shout out to him. Shit was unbelievable. It's crazy how they make it look so easy. All right, so getting to this one though. I got Mayweather in 5. Dude's gonna start getting tired around round 3, and Mayweather gonna start doing whatever the hell he want, and then they just gonna stop the shit. And then what else I had? I had a few. Oh, Badou Jack. I heard y'all talking earlier that somebody was saying they didn't know. Listen, Badou Jack is skilled, man. I got him high. I remember y'all used to, like, way back in the day, Badou Jack was damn near a joke. I know Ness used to use him as a fucking joke, but it's time to start taking that dude real serious. Cause skills skills do pay the bills. So what else? Who we got? Gervonta Davis. Easy fight. I hope the dude looks puts on a crazy performance because all the lights is on him. So I know we got one more. I'm missing one main. Who did I miss, fellas? Who did I miss?
Gervonta Davis.
Said that already.
Oh.
No,
Miguel Cotto's fighting. Obviously.
Oh yeah, fuck all that. Everybody around Houston and Corpus Christi, hopefully everything work out this weekend because that storm looking serious. So, looking out for Mario, and then Mario need to get the hell out of there. But that's all I got.
All right. Let's get to.
Oh, we forgot about Andrew Tabiti's fighting on the card against Stephen Cunningham. That's a great fight.
Great fight.
I don't know how I forgot about that. I feel so bad right now.
Yeah, me too. Is it on the Mayweather card or is it on the Fox card?
I think
it's on the Fox card.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I believe that's the pay-per-view opener.
Just look it up. On.
No, I remember at the media event they were telling us this, that Tabiti and his people were saying that we're the pay-per-view opener, so we want to put on a good show.
Yeah, man, and Tabiti's taking it serious. I try to make it seem like, hey, you're gonna roll over this guy because his age. He's like, nah, he's very experienced, which he is. I mean, Cunningham has numerous title experiences, especially from being at cruiserweight, which is where this fight is taking place. Remember, he moved up to heavyweight and was able to somehow drop Tyson Fury and be competitive in that division. But coming back down, he is over that 40-year-old mark, man. So it's up to the beast, Andrew Tabiti, who is extremely fast for that division. He's a big puncher. He's a hard worker, trained by Floyd Mayweather Sr. I'm excited for this fight because this is when you get to see those prospects when they get that fight under their resume where, it's kind of like to quiet the naysayers and say, yeah, this guy's the goods. You know what I mean? This is like his Algieri, right? When Earl took Algieri or somebody like that, unless Earl has, who did Earl have before Algieri? But yeah, that's a good enough example. But casual, you don't know Andrew the Beast Tabiti, huh? Fastest cruiserweight in the business, bro.
Nah, but I heard of the name Tabiti. I just never seen him fight,
The Beast, and he's a Money Mayweather promoted guy. If he wins this one in explosive fashion, don't be surprised if he's the next guy they start pushing big time. Floyd starts traveling with him now.
And obviously, he was not accepted into the World Boxing Super Series tournament for some reason. According to him, he said that they actually sent it in their registration or whatever, and they were not accepted into the tournament. If he wins big,
makes sense to me. I just want to say, Matt, because we both know that Floyd has a marvelous relationship with Richard Schaefer.
True.
Yeah, definitely. You would think that Floyd would really want his cruiserweight in on that.
Why would he when he could give him a 40-year-old Steve Cunningham who has a very good resume, but just old enough to look good in front of?
I agree. This is the best route I think for Tabiti would be like slowly growing. Again, this is like the Lubin. We didn't want like the same thing that's happening to Lubin to happen to Andrew Tabiti. You don't want to throw him in there with all those guys in that tournament right now. I think it's too much too quick.
You're already counting Lubin out. You already counting Lubin out, Steven? You said
I am. I'm picking Charlo. I'm picking
a big fight. It's a big.
I can't even get mad at you. I've been picking Charlo all his career. This one is so tough, but man, you brought it back to that. Matt, you had a point on the Tabiti. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say that because every champion is in that tournament and Tabiti's on the outside now on the biggest card, probably the next 10 years potentially. He's in a good spot, even though he's outside that tournament. He's going to be seen by a lot of people. If he capitalizes on another fight, maybe in late fall or early spring next year, a guy around the Steve Cunningham level,
maybe like a Klobaki,
somebody on like a Gervonta Davis.
He's an alternate right now, so he might not. I don't know the details like Matt would love to say. of the contracts. I don't know if Glowacki could actually take a fight, or does he have to stay available?
Yeah, I don't know either as well. But somebody of that level would be interesting, and especially if you put it on like a Gervonta Davis card. Like you need to start pitting those guys
Lebedev, man,
together.
Fight Lebedev while these guys are busy.
Lebedev is a great one. Lebedev, because he also is a Steve Cunningham.
Another old guy.
Exactly, and he's a name in that division.
Listen, you got to do the same thing Lucian Bute did when he didn't get in the Super 6. You fight those names that you can look good, that are kind of known, that the writers will be like, well, this guy's been in there with so-and-so. All right.
And very quickly, I just want to say that because the winner of this tournament is going to be a undisputed champion. Think about that. Not just a unified champion, an undisputed champion.
That's why it's so good, you're right, to be where Tabiti's at, because it's like, let them unify it all. This way, I only have to go after one guy to be the champ.
Exactly.
And he will be big enough. Like, if he continues to build that Mayweather brand, is going to help him grow, where that champion is going to be looking at who's the most marketable. And guess who that is? A Mayweather promoted fighter. Probably. I remember once upon a time we thought that TMT wasn't doing a good job promoting their fighters, and now look at where we are.
This is definitely their best team of fighters. Having all of them fight together makes the most sense. If they were to keep the three of them on cards together for, like, you know, another 1 or 2 events, that'd be really good for all 3 of them.
I would say another 1 or 2 years.
Newman, who got the win about Tuesday on the Payano undercard, he beat Jamel Herring, man. And neither one of them have a lot of power. So that was just a battle of skill there. We're going to go out to some callers. We're going to go out to Ohio. My man, Jay Will.
If you know like I know, you should lie low. I used to get it in Ohio.
Man, what's good, people?
Man, you had a barbecue?
Yeah, man, I'm ready for Saturday.
Got a pre-fight party?
I'm at a little.
You sound like you're at the fight party from the future, man.
Are you in Vegas?
Yeah, something like that. Real quick, man. I think Conor's going to put up a better fight than what people think. I think he's a little bit more skilled than what people are giving him credit for. Even with that being said, he doesn't make it 12. He shouldn't make it 12, I should say that. If he does make it 12, it does look bad on Floyd. And us as boxing fans, we can't try to bail Floyd out. If he's supposed to be TBE, he needs to act like it. He needs to act like it.
Yo, Jay Will, I'm sorry, man. We can't take that background noise.
Oh, producer making a tough call.
Sorry, Jay Will, you're an OG caller, man. I am sorry. I feel really bad about this.
Talk to us, Donald. Run the clock.
Yeah. Man, you know, it's so much stuff to talk about, but you know what? Since I like Trout, I want to say the Hurd and Trout fight. I was thinking to myself, Hurd is good, but think about it. Can he really fucking beat Trout? Because I know I'm a Trout fan, and when Trout fought Charlo, I was thinking, fuck, Charlo might fucking stop Trout. But in that whole 12 rounds, Trout took some big fucking shots from Charlo. So I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I don't fucking think that Hurd can fucking put out big shots like Charlo can. And I was thinking, fuck, this might be, you know, like you guys said, I mean, Hurd is the champion, so he has to, you know, defend the title. And you can't say, oh, it's just too much for him because he's a champion. But I was thinking, like, fuck, you know, he might lose a decision or something to Trout, and maybe Trout will get a hold of another title again. And then Lubin, I'm thinking, like, damn, you know, is this too early for Lubin? I mean, if Lubin loses, we're going to be like, fuck, it was too early for him. And if he wins, we'll be like, fuck, he's fucking good, you know? And Floyd does have to stop McGregor. I'm sorry. He's got to fucking knock him out for the simple fact that he still owes us for the fucking boring Pacquiao fight. And that's how he's going to pay his fans back. He needs to go in there and he needs to fucking stop him. He needs to go in there. He needs to walk him down. He needs to go in there and fight like how somebody who's claiming to be TBE is supposed to fight. And that's what I think he needs to do. Davis, he's going to easily get a knockout. I hope that Davis puts on a good knockout. Jack, I think Jack will win the fight. If Jack goes out there and he wins in an impressive fashion and he gets a stoppage, of course, I think that Jack is going to go for a Ward fight. And yes, I would love to see Ward versus Badou Jack, but only if Badou Jack gets an impressive win. Tabiti, Cunningham, if he wins against Cunningham, he's the goods. If he loses, again, it's too early. I think Delorme gets knocked out. We all know he has a suspect chin. But if Delorme wins, where does he go from there?
That's
all I got. Also, one thing, you guys are getting on Matt. What you guys got to realize about Matt is the kind of guy who does not want to be wrong. So if he's going for, one guy who wasn't expected to beat Crawford, and now he's not going for that guy, I mean, that's Matt. That's how he is. You guys haven't figured that out. And I know Ness knows it because sometimes when I listen to the show, Ness says certain things to pick at Matt just to get a reaction out of him. Ness, you know that because I'll be listening to this shit and I'll be cracking up. I'll be like, there goes Ness. He's picking at Matt. But, Matt is the guy who doesn't want to be wrong, so give him a break, okay? That's all I got.
Thank you, Donald. Donald's speaking some truth right now.
Matt's that guy that wants to be like, told you. That's all.
And I'm often right. There's been a few times I've been wrong, and Ness has never let me forget. So that's cool.
No, that's just how I am. I'm one of those like pick at your wound type of friends.
Yeah.
Like I was about to say right now, and then you said something. I was about to tell Donald like, "Oh, Donald, and we want, he was like, let's not forget, whatever. However he ended it, I was just gonna end it. I was gonna repeat what he said and be like, yeah, and you duck, the Cincinnati Queen City Killer. You know what I'm saying? You ducked him because he was looking for that 160-pound fight, right? But he never signed up. So it's like, yo, you ducked, Anthony from Cincy. Speaking of, we need a heavyweight. If anybody wants to join Border Wars, it would be great to head on over to theboxingvoice.com and sign up. We need one more heavyweight for our little Border Wars show. We're going to head on out to 972. Looks like a first-time caller, according to my producer. First-time caller, my friend, 972.
What up, bro?
What's up? Who's this?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, my name's Sonny. I'm from the UK, but right now I'm in Texas.
What up, Sonny? You a Conor McGregor fan?
About this whole situation with Mayweather and McGregor is I don't understand how McGregor, with no science and no professional boxing with anyone else, comes against a man like Mayweather and expects to be that confident with all those remarks what Dana White is saying about Mayweather, with all the disrespect for Mayweather, with no chance for Mayweather with what the UFC is looking at. I mean, what are they going to feel like when they get schooled by Floyd at 40?
I don't know, man. Matt, I keep saying
Dana White went on live yesterday and said, no matter what, when McGregor knocks out Floyd, what are you guys going to say next? So, I mean, there's no respect for the boxing credibility and the science and the actual what Mayweather is for boxing from what the UFC is looking at.
Or they're just selling the fight.
They're selling the fight. Like, that's how you sell a fight.
They're just selling the fight. They want to say things to tick you off, to make sure you buy it, to make sure you watch Mayweather knock him out.
You don't think Dana White's thinking Floyd's the best boxer of the last 30 years? My guy probably can't win. You do realize that they probably realize that, but they don't care because they're making hundreds of millions of dollars.
I just don't see how you don't feel this.
Do you think the credibility of UFC or Conor McGregor takes a hit if they get really schooled by Mayweather?
No, not at all. Not at all.
I agree, man. Credibility takes a dip. The whole UFC dips.
No, because they came over to a sport they weren't supposed to win. If they were supposed to win and they lost, then
they made it an us versus them thing, and it's over now.
But Michael Jordan going over the best man they've ever had in the game. This is their money man. This is their Bruce Lee. This is their everything. And this guy, as UFC, is putting all their name with them. You know what I mean?
But it's not a UFC fight. That's why it won't hurt the UFC. Because Conor would say, if this was a real fight, I would have tapped him out. They're gonna say that. They always got to weigh out. Come on.
Never got to weigh out.
Win-win situation for Conor and the
with all that bravado after you get beat the fuck up.
He's already lost. He's already lost in the UFC.
Yeah,
Let's not forget that.
Fight. Yo, choking somebody is whack.
But he got dropped by a 1-2 by Nate Diaz. You don't know what you're talking about, Ness.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't watch that, bro. So you could take shots at me about not knowing something that I refuse to watch all day.
He's taken a big fat L in the UFC. So taking a big fat L against TBE, against the best boxer of the last 30 years in a sport that he's 0-0 in, how does that hurt him? It doesn't. People expect that.
I don't know, man. I feel like you should feel the same way I feel, that if Floyd goes 12, it's bad. So if McGregor gets,
I'm okay with somebody thinking that if Floyd goes 12, it's a bad sign on boxing. If you think that or you believe that, that's fine. I can see why you think that. I personally don't.
But what about Conor? Conor being knocked out. That doesn't hurt UFC. That doesn't all the little kids that looked up to him are now like, oh man, maybe I should go box. They're better fighters.
No, I don't think it hurts the UFC.
Oh God, that's what I feel. We're gonna go out to Texas, class inbound. Habla.
Hey, what's going on? Sweet. So looks like we're here. The fight that we never thought would happen is happening in a couple of days.
Matt never thought it would happen.
Oh, well, first of all, Matt, hey, Matt, I know this is a boxing show, but I'm really disappointed what happened with John Jones, man. That's a damn shame. But actually, speaking of cheaters, yeah, speaking of cheaters, did you hear about Luis Neri getting tested positive?
Yes, I did bring up early on the show.
Yeah, so it's a damn shame that combat sports still has this problem. Floyd by decision or late stoppage. I mean, I don't got much to say about that. Oh, but I do have some news. Apparently, Kubrat Pulev turned down the Anthony Joshua fight. I don't know if you guys have heard about that.
Have not.
I heard there's something on his Facebook
he
page.
said
I don't read Russian or Ukrainian or whatever. So
I wonder if that means the WBA. I'm sorry. I just wonder if now that means the WBA are going to enforce their mandatory with Lewis.
Very possible.
Yeah.
Yo, let me tell you something. I got the weirdest text last night, like at 3 a.m. Anyway, I'll talk to you off air and whatever. I mean, it's relevant, but whatever, because it could have something to do with that, right? Like I didn't even know that Pulev pulled out.
Wait, did you get a text from your boy?
I got a text from my boy at 3 a.m. with little GIF and everything, like shit. You know what I mean? Little what's the dude, baby from Cash Money? The little GIF where he like this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, what you telling me to pack my bags? I'm ready to go to camp. And he threw the thumb at me. So I don't know where we going with this, man. You might be on a Sun class inbound. I'll keep you posted.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, that's about it. Gervonta Davis is fighting Francisco Fonseca. That's not important. Nathan Cleverly, Badou Jack. That's probably going to be the most competitive fight of the night. So, I mean, yeah, I got Badou Jack winning that. But other than that, there's nothing really too much going on. Just wanted to get this over with so we can get to Canelo Triple G. But that's my call.
All right.
Very quickly, we do have a ringer, KM Star.
Do we? I was wondering though, like, go ahead though, bring him on. KM Star, you there?
He is now.
Hey guys, yeah, I'm here. Yeah, so I mean, just really quickly, I definitely think if Mayweather doesn't dominate, I think he should stop McGregor. If he doesn't, I do think it's kind of like, like a somewhat of a victory for Conor McGregor. And the idea of, like the loss, does it hurt McGregor? I mean, a loss to Floyd hasn't hurt boxers. How can it hurt a UFC fighter? Think about it. Every L to Floyd in the boxing world has been basically that free L. That L you can take, get paid, and doesn't even hurt you. It's like you're undefeated. Look at Canelo. He's a classic example, right? So that's that free L. It's actually, that's why the pressure really is more on Mayweather than Conor. Really quickly, this Cotto fight, it's Saturday, right? Like, I've been a Cotto fan for years and years. I've gone to every fight that Cotto's ever been in New York. And I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I mean, Kamegai, I almost perversely hope Kamegai fucked him up. Like, what kind of BS fight is this? This is ridiculous. He actually just fought Canelo, and he didn't even look, he didn't dishonor himself, right? So, I mean, is he a guy without a division or something? Why is he fighting a nobody? The best fight, that for him, what is that Kell Brook fight? I don't understand why they somehow didn't manage to make that happen. I mean, there were fights for Cotto that were more respectable than this one. So if he's gonna fights like this, I prefer he just retire. I know I'm going way off base from the Conor Floyd fight this weekend, but I think we've talked about that fight quite a bit. So I just want to throw that out there, and that's my call.
Matt bigged up Kamegai. He said he has a big head, and so does Steven. They said he had a big head. Well,
No,
I thought Steven said
I totally said he had a big head. That head's fucking
he has a
huge.
big head, and he took.
Remember we just had that eclipse. That eclipse wasn't the moon. That was Kamegai's fucking head when he was standing for the press conference.
But what we're saying is that Kamegai is a good fighter, and he went to 2 wars with Soto Caraz. Is that correct, Steven? So defend the fighter.
One Soto Caraz, and another one.
It's just a tune-up. Listen, like KM Star said, Cotto hasn't been in the ring since Canelo, and that's why you get a Kamegai type first. You got to keep Cotto relevant and in the win column because you don't know what's going to happen on September 16th. Regardless of what happens, though, Cotto could be the next fight. If Canelo wins and gets a voluntary Cotto rematch before giving Triple G a rematch, even if he decides to do that, you know what I'm saying? So it's options. It's about options. Golden Boy is in the Cotto business for a reason. Kamegai is there for a reason. They're keeping, Cotto happy. Rock Nation couldn't do that. Rock Nation, remember, they wanted to put him in there pretty tough, and that's why none of those rumored fights ever happened. Well, KM Star, let's keep it moving here. We're gonna go down the line. Who do we got? We went to Donald. We're going to Iron Sal. How's that weight coming off, buddy?
Yeah, it was good. So I don't know, man. Should I talk about it right now or
Nah.
the Patreon thing? I don't know if these guys are ready for that.
We'll leave that for later, man. That's private discussions.
That's right. But just I'm gonna throw one thing out there. Like I said on Patreon, I do have a before and after picture, and the weight is coming off very fast. So, but anyways, back to the stuff.
Yo, inspire Fat Enrique.
No, but that's because he's fat. You know what I'm saying? I'm just got to challenge 205. I weighed myself today. I'm at 202. So
damn, he the only one still in the 200s.
I just started. I just started on Monday.
Well, anyways, let me jump on it real quick. There's a lot to talk about, so I'll go through it as fast as I can. I got Andrew Tabiti. I got basically I got all the Mayweather fighters, and then of course I got Floyd. Like I've said before, everything Floyd does is for a reason. You feel me? So by him, did they so it's 100% sure that they're gonna use smaller gloves? I don't know if they
Man, that's for sure.
Okay, so smaller gloves. He went up in a little bit of a higher weight class than he normally fights in. That just tells me that Floyd's saving the money, bro. We all know. I mean, the people that have seen Conor fight in the UFC, if you see him go the full 5 and stuff, he starts to get gassed. He got touched up by Nate Diaz, and that was like the best boxer he's ever faced. He's not a boxer, but you know what I mean, his boxing skills, and he was getting touched up. So I know Floyd knows that. He's seen those fights, and Floyd's going to go to town. Like I told you guys before, bro, all my bets, and I got well over $300 in bets on this fight, that either Floyd TKOs him or knocks him out or you win. That's as simple as that. So if Floyd gets a decision, I still lose. That's how confident I am.
Damn.
Floyd's gonna go in there, do his work. Yeah, I'm dead serious. I'm not playing, bro. I'm really not. I'm gonna keep this one nice and short. I'm gonna go ahead and hit my Patreon plug. To you listeners that are not on Patreon, you guys always thought of what I look like or what the other listeners look like. Get you on Patreon. You guys will see me. You guys will see the rust, but it's okay because I'm my biggest critic. I'm my own biggest critic, bro. I learned how to throw a left hook. I work on my foot, on all my footwork, and best believe I'm a whole different fighter already. So you guys can imagine me in January. I'm going to be a whole different beast, bro. I'm telling you. But that's all I'm going to say. Everything else, if you guys want to see this, if you guys want to be a part of that Patreon family, get away from the trolls, go ahead and get you on Patreon. $3 get you in. $3 a month. Come on. Gotta stay up, man.
Sal, thanks for calling. And let me go to Skype here. We got a new caller. I can't even begin to try to pronounce this. Where you calling in from, sir? Or ma'am? On Skype.
Hey, is it me?
Yes, you.
All right. I'm calling in from California.
Oh, California. What's up? So what's your name, buddy?
My name is Chaz.
Chaz, what's up?
What's up? So I actually don't even like this fight. Like, I want to see Conor get his ass whooped because, you know, dudes thinks that he's going to be the face of boxing, which is complete bullshit. But the reason why I don't like this fight is because no matter who loses, you can argue an excuse for either guy. Like Floyd being past his prime, and not going the distance. Well, he never knocks anybody out. Conor, he got knocked down by Nate Diaz. So, like, I just don't even see why the casuals even want to see this fight.
Well, because Conor got a big mouth. Floyd Mayweather got a big mouth. There's a lot of money. There's a lot of pride, and we want to see who gets beat up the worst, right? But the boxing public is saying that it's going to be Floyd to do the beating. And, you know, the MMA public is like, yo, Conor McGregor been hit with kicks. He's not going to get knocked out. So we're curious. We want to see. That's why the casuals, you know, there's women that are like, yo, I want to see this fight. They don't even watch either sport. They just know about the story. So that's what.
Yeah, it's crazy, yo. I'm like, people want to come over to watch this. It's like, really, this one? This is the one you want?
I know.
I'm going to rebuttal that right there with how many times have you seen Conor get kicked at all?
I had never watched
kicks. People are saying that he gets kicked in the body. He's used to it. No, you don't get used to getting kicked in the body or the head. You don't get used to that. So, you know what I mean? And like, I think I only seen him get kicked one time in the head or something like that, and it was partially blocked. Like, I don't see how anybody can even debate that. You know, there's other guys in the UFC that are getting kicked in the head much more often than this guy is. He's not used to getting kicked in the head or the body. These guys don't even sustain body blows in the UFC. In boxing, he's going to have a sustained body attack that's going to Floyd's going to sustain a body attack that's going to carry throughout the entire fight. That's, you know what I mean? That he's going to have to fight through that entire thing. I mean, I see Floyd knocking him out by a body shot.
I see.
Well, all right, brother Chaz. Thanks for calling in. We're gonna get the lines moving. Did you have something there, Enrique?
Yeah, I was gonna ask him, or Matt could answer it. I've seen pictures of Conor and video clips where he was all bloody in the head. Was that punches or kicks, knees, elbows? Like, what fight was that? Was that Nate Diaz fight?
The Nate Diaz fight and the Chad Mendes fight, he got pretty bloody. The Chad Mendes fight was mainly due to punches. The Nate Diaz fight was due to punches and I believe a few elbows.
Okay.
But again, he does train with a world-renowned like karate, like, not I'm going to say master, that's like the wrong word, but like Gunnar Nelson is a extremely gifted karate expert in striking. So the idea that he doesn't get kicked in sparring all the time or kicked in training all the time is just ridiculous.
There you have it.
Well, there you have it. It would be a good time to mention, I mean, this commercial was so good, I wanted to do its own review. If you haven't watched it, go to Conor McGregor's Twitter. You don't need the Twitter account to watch it. Go to his Twitter by Googling, and you can see the long version at 3 minutes, which is highly recommended because the 15-second is more of the Beats promo than anything. The 3 minute is kind of documentary style, a look into.
Yo, wasn't it confusing? it was a bit confusing to me. Like it was a I don't know. Go Ness. Did you follow it really clearly?
Well, I spoke about it with Matt. I was a little bit upset that the kid, the lead role, who should have been Conor, his name was Liam, unless an MMA fan can tell me, like, yo, his real name is Liam, and we just call him Conor, then I get it. But
so yeah, in the video, it's, you know, it does like it chops back and forth between Conor getting ready to work out and these kids, you know, what I assume is Ireland. And, you know, it's really murky. Like it looks like somewhere like Gotham in like all those Batman movies. So, you know, I'm assuming it's Ireland. Anyways, and you know, they're running around all like calling each other and getting each other wild up. And I guess they go to like this gym, and it's all these kids that are staging kind of like a fight. And like Ness said, the main kid, where it seems like everyone is focusing on, his name is Liam. They all mention him as Liam. But there's another little redheaded boy that's there that makes you think like, oh, is Conor the redheaded kid? And maybe like that's his friend Liam, who he looked at. I don't know. It's weird. It was confusing. That's what I was saying. I was confused by it. But it was well done.
Yeah, it was very well done. Almost brought tears to my eyes, to be honest with you. I didn't mind it. It definitely had to be Ireland, because Conor tweeted it out himself and said, like, Dublin, Ireland, stand up. It was a very well done 3-minute doc on Conor. And what I believe the director was trying to do was, like what Matt said, maybe either that was supposed to be Conor, or Conor inspiring more children in Ireland, Dublin, whatever, to be fighters now. But remember, that kid was even southpaw. When he was doing the rope on the clothesline, he was doing it from the southpaw position, right? So I don't know, man. Whatever. I thought it
was a great ad. But wow. I really don't have like many points on it. I just think it was very well done. I love any sort of ad that like brings like a story element to it. And plus, just like the production value of it was excellent. I know Enrique has done work on the commercials, so maybe he might have more of like an expertise or an expert's opinion on that commercial and how it was done.
Yeah, because essentially it was a Beats commercial. And we got to see a little piece of that. Remember, Matt, when we were doing the immediate reaction review, and he was like, get the check. I was like, yo, that has to be a Beats commercial, Matt. He wore the Beats too many times. And then, look, it ended up being a Beats commercial.
Yeah, in commercials, you can't wear anything or show anything. Even if you're a car, if it's a car commercial, all the cars, they call it Greeked out. All the cars' emblems have to be hidden somehow, you know, with green tape. So they just make it like a silver piece in the front, an emblem that just doesn't look like a Volkswagen or whatever. Same thing with like beer and clothing. That's why everything just looks no logos, just shapes and silhouettes. Bottles have to be Budweiser if it's a Budweiser. Beats, if you see a Beats, somebody wearing Beats, the commercial is Beats. So I didn't see the whole commercial. I'm looking it up right now, actually. And I did see it on the 24/7 and the All Access, and I was saying he's making the Beats commercial. Wow, yeah. Beats is everywhere. So
Beats is everywhere, man. They're so influential, man. It's crazy. But they do sound very good, to be honest with you.
Correct yourself. It's the person wearing the Beats who's the influencer to the people driving us to get the Beats.
I mean, I hear you. I hear you. But to be honest with you, the Beats draw me in. Then I see the athlete, because I personally don't know any of those other athletes in other sports. So in our sport, a few boxers wear Beats, but it's more in other sports that you see it dominantly, especially in adverts. But we got a message from one of the producers. What's up?
Stainless from Nashville has called in, and he's a ringer.
Has he really called in?
Yes, he has.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Straight to the point with those with attention deficit. I'm so repetitive, so I gotta repeat. Stainless from the streets to the deep. I'm coming with that heat. All you need to know about me, I'm coming with that heat.
Yo, TBV fam, what's up? Ness, you know, Matt, Cash, Wheezy, Stephen Calderon. It's Stainless calling in on that Stephen Calderon status, you know what I'm saying, at work while working. But I got to get my TBV time in. I'm excited for this fight. only because once the fight is out the way, we can get back to talking about real boxing. I guess I'll make a pick, Floyd Mayweather. I would like to see it by knockout. To be honest, I'm taking Ness's stance. If it's not by knockout, I consider it a loss. And like everybody else, the usual suspects, Badou Jack and Tank Davis for the win. That's all I got, man. Like I say, I'm excited for this fight because, you know, the build up, you know, we are getting caught up in the build up, but more so because, you know, we as hardcore boxing fans can get back to the hardcore boxing schedule that's going on. Side note, man, I heard Loma and Rigo finally got made for December 9th, so I'm also excited about that. And that's all I got, man. As I always say, please make sure that you push the thumbs up and share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast. And to elaborate on what my man was saying, fuck that $3 shit, man. I don't mean no disrespect, but get your wallet out, man. You know what I'm saying? Go and get you one of them ringer statuses or you know what I'm saying? Get you a mastermind status. Don't just be going for a cup of coffee. I mean, I'm sure these fellas appreciate a cup of coffee, but put your money in because these cats pulling out their pocket to make these shows happen for us damn near every day, man. So let's return a favor and keep supporting those who support us or support ourselves, as I like to say. Get on that Patreon, donate through YouTube. I don't send a money order. I don't give a fuck, but support this show because this show support us as boxing fans, man. That's all I got. TBV fam, it's good to see y'all. Good to hear from y'all, man. Y'all can carry on with this, and I'm going to just get back to listening. Peace.
If you know like I know, you should lie low. I used to get it in Ohio.
Yo, Jay Will is actually still in that place, so we're going to keep it moving. We're going to 407. First time caller, 407-952. Orlando, first time caller. Going once, 407-952.
Hey, is this me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, first time caller, long time listener. How's it going, guys?
All right.
Oh, man.
Let me go ahead and play this first time caller intro. Let the world know your name and where you're calling from.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
My name is Mike, calling from Orlando, Florida originally by way of hometown, but fighting out of New York City.
What's up, Mike?
I mean, not much, man. I mean, let's be honest. We all know this is a cash grab. Floyd's going to knock this guy out in less than 7. This guy can't even go 25 rounds. What makes us think that he's going to be able to go 36 minutes with Floyd? Let's be real. I mean, it's kind of disappointing. We all know the real fight is September 16th. Triple G with the knockout win takes the top spot in the pound-for-pound rankings. And honestly, man, I think the biggest thing I'm looking forward to is Crawford Spence. And Adrian Broner should probably just retire or start rapping or do something. His career is over. That's all I got. Appreciate the show. You guys do an awesome job. Thanks for taking my call.
All right, Mike. Thanks for calling in. We're going out to Gabe in Salt Lake City.
Yo, what up, TBV? Yo, what's going on? But let's start off with the McGregor Mayweather thing. I think McGregor's going to hang in there. It's going to go 12. That's what Floyd has proven to do the last decade. But this is my conspiracy theory. I think Conor's going to look all right couple rounds, you know, make it 12. He's going to show up at the Canelo Triple G fight, and he's going to try to fight the winner. He's going to only do the big fights for big money, and I think that's the only other big fight in combat sports together that he makes that kind of cash. And then I want to talk about the Crawford thing, man. You know, him like saying he didn't get promoted right. You know, I think that's true, but I really like Sean Vittel, the other host you had for that show. Very insightful, very good. Really liked his opinion. I know he does all the videos like on the West Coast or everywhere, but I really liked his input. And then, Matt, I like you, but for this weekend, I have to say fuck MMA and fuck you too, Matt. I'm out.
Gabe, thanks for calling in. We're going out to Jay Peasy in Long Beach.
Long Beach in the house. Yeah.
Man, love it when y'all all come together like Voltron. For Steven and Matt, that would be Power Rangers. I think that thing is called a docu-com, and I think I should be credited for terming it the Conor McGregor thing. I understood it perfectly. It was a rags to riches story. It showed you the kids were poor, and he's rolling with the same crew he had since then, and it was dope as fuck.
Yeah.
Why different names then?
Yeah, why the Liam? It was a short story. It was a short story. That's what I took it as. Rag to riches.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't know why the different names. That was a little strange. But aside from that, it was pretty clear to me, and it was real dope. Mayweather, the shit's a spectacle, man. And I'm here for the spectacle, and I'm going to pay. I'm having a party. All the homies calling me, having a little thing at the crib. But, you know, the reason I'm getting it, I don't want to pay. But here's the thing. It's like, it's going to hurt me more knowing the fight is going on and I'm not seeing it rather than $100. You feel me? So I'm like, I'm going to go in and shell it out. So, you know, I don't miss whatever I want to see. But as far as Mayweather, I'm having visions, guys. And I have never had these visions before. The boxing gods are sending me premonitions of that little ass almond peanut head of Mayweather's staggering, hurt, and getting off the floor. I know it's irrational. There's no rational reason. But here's the thing. The boxing gods got a way of kicking your ass out the sport. When you stay too long, Oscar De La Hoya, we just seen Bernard Hopkins punched out the fucking ring, Roy Jones, Muhammad Ali, the list goes on and on. You stay too long and you disrespect the boxing gods, they have a way of hurting you bad. And Mayweather has had a great run, a run we haven't seen in recent memory, or maybe even in modern history as far as a boxer goes. This guy hasn't lost yet and maybe could have. But, you know, I'm just seeing these visions. And for me, I'm like, it wouldn't shock me. It would be a shocker, but it wouldn't shock me that some way out of the heavens, some crazy left hand lands, and we see Mayweather really hurt or on the canvas for the first time. That's my call, guys.
I think it's more likely to be a lead right hook.
He's shocking.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
If that were to happen, you would shock yourself. You just want a response, man. But it's possible.
And honestly, yeah, it sounds like you were confused by the only part that we were confused by too. It was just the name thing.
Yeah. We're going 610-969. 610-969. First time caller.
Hey, yo, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
First time caller, my friend?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to play this intro. Let the world know your name, where you're calling from.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
All right, what's going on, y'all? My name's Gio, calling out of Philly.
Gio, what's up, brother?
Hey, man, not much, just chilling, man. Just listening along here to you guys. I just wanted to say a couple things. I'm a boxing fan for a long time, former amateur fighter. So, you know, boxing is close to my heart. But I'm not really rooting for nobody in this fight because I like both guys. You know, I like MMA too. As far as the levels thing, I agree with that. But I think a lot of people are underestimating the levels of, you know, stances and distance in karate and the form that is fighting in karate. And I think that's going to be Conor's key to victory. If he does, you know, pull it off. But other than that, you know, it's a spectacle. Everybody's going to be watching. And, you know, Floyd is going to do his thing, man. You know, there's no other reason to think he's going to be any different than who he really is. And he said it before, he doesn't care about the fans. So if he says it's, oh, I owe you guys for the Pacquiao fight, you know, I don't buy that for a second. You know, all he cares about is that check and that record. So, you know, that I think that's what it's going to come down to that night. And if something mysterious does happen, hey, it is what it is. And I think Mayweather will take a loss like a man. Doesn't matter to himself. But, you know, hey, it's a night of fights, and that's all that matters. You know, the eyes of the world are on boxing.
Well, all right, Gio, thanks for calling in, my friend. Make sure you
Yo.
subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can get those notifications every time we go live. Steven, what's up?
Hey, he brought up something that I was thinking about earlier today, how he said that he thought that Mayweather would take the loss like a man. And it made me realize, I was like, oh, yeah, we've never seen Mayweather take a loss. And I'm really curious as to how he would act.
Why take it like a man when the rematch is worth so much more?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I can't imagine how he might react if he were to lose. I think he would deny it all the way, no matter how it is.
There would have to be a trilogy, bro. They would milk a trilogy if somehow McGregor won.
Floyd said, no matter what, this is the end.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
He say that because he's as confident as me that he's going to win. But if he get a loss, he's going to want to avenge that. You kidding me?
This time it's going to be on Conor.
I don't know.
I'll be like, yo.
Matt is so arrogant right now. He's like, oh, these guys with these hypothetical storylines, fucking crazy.
I'm so ready for this weekend to be over.
Yeah, okay.
Here's the thing, bro. No, because we have Conor McGregor fans, we have UFC fans making MMA fans like me look bad. I'm done with it. It's just annoying. Like all you guys saying 49-1 in the chat, call in, make a pick.
Everybody's
1425-569-5241. Call in, make a pick.
Yo,
don't just chat. Don't be a little chat like pussy. Like call in.
The tagline of the day is like, I love you, Matt. By the way, fuck you and MMA.
Yeah, like come on, I'm sick of it, man. Like I want this weekend to be over because I love both sports, and these sports shouldn't be connected because they're
on Saturday night. You're gonna ask the time just so you can check what it has started. So stop it.
Oh, I have to be on the live fight chat on patreon.com/Thaboxingvoice.
What's really fucked up, Matt, what's really fucked up is that if Mayweather were to lose, you would get even more shit because everyone would say, "Oh, you're an MMA guy and you got the wrong pick."
I would get more shit, but thank God.
Go back to that.
Thank God that's not in any version of reality. No parallel universe has a version or a copy of reality where it has McGregor winning.
Yes, they do.
They do. There are universes out there. We ain't in one though, so that's great.
You know what Matt's gonna say when Floyd.
Yo, in the legends, if this were the legends, there's plenty of universes where that could be possible. But we got to get to these callers, Enrique. So give me what you got and let's go.
That's when Matt says styles make fights. That's why McGregor won. Styles make fights.
Floyd
Yo,
wasn't ready for
I think we have another ringer very quickly. We have Dempsey, I believe.
Well, then Dempsey it is. Clock him.
What up, guys?
What up?
What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? Doing good. TB fam, shout out. Much love, as always. Guys are doing a great job, as always.
What's up, Dempsey?
Man, Matt. What up, guys? Fucking, you know, Matt, I just got to say this, man. I'm not going to put you down because you, homie, you cool, dude, you know. So I'm not going to waste my energy putting you down, man. But I'm just going to say this, dude. This whole MMA versus boxing debate has been going on since, like, I think, like,
1993.
08, just about the time on UFC. It's been coming up, you know, it's just been going on for so long. And it is ridiculous. I agree with you, you know. But the reason this whole shit is happening is because of the comments that are happening on the fucking social media pages everywhere that we go. And I agree with you right now. You got a whole bunch of UFC and Conor McGregor fans acting like a bunch of pack-tards. This is exactly like fucking Mayweather versus Pacquiao right now. You got a bunch of pack-tards believing the fucking hype. But once they fucking wake up, they're all gonna fucking have their excuses about. Oh, by the way, I'm picking Floyd, obviously, okay. But they're all going to have their excuses about, oh, it's a hefty fight, this and that. And regardless of all that, I'm just going to say one thing, okay? If you're outside out in public and you see two dudes that are fucking scrapping, no kicks, no wrestling out there, they're just throwing hands, you're not going to say they're fucking boxing. You're going to say they're fighting. That's exactly what you're going to fucking say. And all these fucking people that say all this shit, like, oh, fucking have a fight. Man, it is a bunch of casuals, for real, seriously. And Conor saying all this fucking Bruce Lee shit. Bruce Lee studied boxing to the fucking T, dude, to the fucking T. I'm not saying Bruce Lee was a boxer, but Bruce Lee respected boxing. He fucking respected it, man. And with all that being said, Floyd beats the shit out of Conor and shuts all these fucking McGregor
And Matt wants to believe that this isn't a boxing versus UFC thing.
It is, unfortunately. It is.
Yeah, now you're starting to see it, huh?
My opinion is that it's not there. I don't believe that this represents a boxing versus MMA. Does the public think that? Yeah, they do, unfortunately, because they're not thinking.
It's funny that you would use that terminology, that they're the ones not thinking when we're talking about that sport's best versus our sport's best.
That's what I'm understanding.
That's very difficult not to interpret it that way.
The public.
This fight's a showcase. This fight's a money grab. Let's just be real. That's exactly what it is. That's all it is.
Because you're not.
Hold on, very quickly. Whatever other storyline that is presented, that's boxing versus MMA, blah, 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 has been put into the minds of the fans and the media by the promoters. And you guys all bought it.
But what about the fact that maybe you're just not as much of an MMA fan as you thought?
No, I love MMA. I've watched every UFC card there's ever been. I've watched Shudo cards at fucking 3 a.m. No,
Matt's a closet MMA hater.
You don't like McGregor then? He's a closet.
No, McGregor's not gonna win. That's all it is. So, McGregor's not gonna win. So I'm just being realistic here with my opinion that McGregor's not gonna win. So why would I champion him? Why would I champion MMA? Why are you like that? I don't believe represents boxing versus MMA.
Yeah, why are you so heated? It's still a sport. They still got to fight. It's a fight. Like my man said, there's no 0% chance in a fight. So
Ndongo was in the fight, and he lost in the second round because he wasn't on the level.
Ndongo wasn't as good as McGregor.
That's a bullshit lie. Ndongo's a much better boxer than fucking McGregor is.
And fighting.
We're not fighting. We're boxing. Unfortunately, boxing is a very defined aspect of
phone calls, gentlemen. Phone calls, gentlemen. Let's get back out to those lines.
Yo, first of all, let me say, I don't pay Showtime to see you all damn not even putting a goddamn motherfucking effort. If I want to see two motherfuckers just fight, I pick up a fight with somebody in the street. Don't need that shit. You don't love that sport, my dude? Just move along. Gone. Fuck you. Next. What a great show. Thumbs up, donate.
Man, how appropriate. You don't love the sport.
Hey, yo, what's happening, people?
What's happening, people?
Fucking lacking. Yo, listen, let me say hi to Casho because I haven't seen Casho. I'm motherfucking not around that much. I would love to see Casho more on the show. Casho, my nigga.
What up, my dude? How you feeling?
Man, dog, you be gone. You be gone. I see you got a channel. Subscribe to that motherfucker too, buddy.
Thank you, man, very much. Thank you very much. Oh, that's a fresh ass intro. Your intro is very relevant right now towards Matt. Let's hear it. Acknowledge him.
Of course it is, baby. You made it. There ain't no better intro than the ones that you made, hands down.
Thanks.
Anyways, let me get with fucking Ned. Let me translate some of the shit that fucking Ned talk about fucking Cotto. What Ned was trying to say, that the mafia got this bullshit fight going to maintain Cotto relevant so they can make another money grab somewhere down the road. That's what Mr. Gibbs tried to say with all these fucking good words. This is like when they talk about torture and they say these fucking intense interrogation techniques, but they don't want to call it torture. So it's the same situation there. Let me say hi to maybe Steven. I know he's around too. And Yordenis, you better start docking me. Sign that contract. Water War 3, Georgie Porgy, no catchway. What's up, B?
Oh,
yo.
We'll believe it when you sign up.
Oh, no worries. Don't worry. That's what I thought. Always the same shit. Docking pipe beds, docking fight, docking demand. What you docking me so much?
Georgie, how much weight did you lose when you had to cut your ponytail? Was that like 2 pounds?
Exactly. This clown talking about I'm ducking.
I don't know.
While I'm the one having my second fight in Border Wars. You haven't had a fight. You haven't showed up to a appreciation night. Nigga, you on fucking Nurse Jackie status. You scared to show up. Far as I'm concerned, you scared to show up. Far as I'm concerned, you scared to show up.
Let's melt.
You chat a lot, so you don't show up. Bottom line, ducking. Your name is Duck. You've been ducking since we've been making events.
Hold on. Let me
I'm
stop,
everywhere. You
what
never
happened
there.
when
I'm everywhere. You never there.
Yo.
Why would I ever care?
Yo.
Get your bum ass from around here.
What happened when you coming to Worcester? I thought you said everywhere and you're gonna put that fate on me. What happened with that?
Dog, who the fuck is gonna come
remember
to
either.
Worcester, fucking New Providence, wherever you from, dog? Nobody's going over there. Them tumbleweeds. Get your whack ass town out of here trying to put it on the map. Nobody even heard of that shit. All your fighters whack over there too. Worcester. He's crazy. 604. 604, you're live. Who's this?
Hello?
First time caller?
Hello?
First time caller?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. We're gonna get him play this first time caller intro. When you hear that, let us know your name and where you're calling from.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
This man is a standing weight of 154 pounds. He is from Islamabad, Pakistan, but he resides in Vancouver, Canada, British Columbia. My name's Momin Imran, first-time caller. It's a real pleasure to be on your show, you guys. I've been listening for about a couple of years now, but like really hardcore for the last year. And yeah, just really excited to be on your show. And yeah, are we talking about Mayweather McGregor?
Yes.
Yes, sir, brother.
Hello?
Go for it.
Yeah, well, I think it's a joke of a fight. I think it's a joke of a fight. I think Mayweather stops him whenever he wants. I just hope he doesn't stop him with a body shot. I hope we get to see like some serious damage to the face. You know, McGregor talked a lot of shit this fight. He talked a lot of shit. It's gonna be interesting to see, like, just as a man, how he copes with it after, you know, like how he explains this to his fans and his like sport. And I just think that he talked a lot of shit, and he's gonna get fucked up on Saturday. He's in a whole nother world. Boxing is a different sport. Fuck. But yeah, that's what I think of the fight.
Well, Mo, great call, brother. Thanks for calling in. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, get those notifications, because guess what? Everybody listening to this in the future, present, past, hit that thumbs up. We will be here for the immediate reaction show. You won't have to wait for Sunday to give us your thoughts. Immediately after the big fight, we'll be here, and probably immediately after each fight, depending which one, the hotter the better. We're going to go down the line. We got 518-229, 518-229, first-time caller.
Yo, nah, man, it's not a first-time caller. It's Antonio from Albany. What's going on?
Antonio, what it do?
Yo, first off, man, I don't know what the fuck these guys are on, whether it's fucking the best food in the planet or on drugs. I don't know what it is, but McGregor's going to get the knockout and throw it down.
What?
Wait.
Wait.
He's trolling.
Yeah.
Come on, Tony. Come on.
Yo, I'm trolling. Yo, bro. Let me say something like that. As Joe McGregor, I can't stop thinking the fact that this is his fucking first pro fight going against the best ever. And people are really jumping on this fucking cake like it's the best shit ever. And, man, I'm going to be honest with you. I might end up paying for the fight and watching it just to see Floyd take McGregor to school. So I don't know, man. I mean, anything can happen. You know, shit crazy can happen in boxing. I mean, we just don't know, but in the books, I got Floyd knocking out McGregor inside 5 rounds. And it's going to be easy. Man, that's it, man. That's my call.
But off the books, you got McGregor knocking out Floyd. You said it.
No, hell no. Yo, to be honest with you, Floyd can make him miss all night long if he wanted to. Let's be real.
That's what I see happening.
Come on, man.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Like, he fought guys like Cotto, Canelo, all these top fighters in boxing. He's gonna get beat up or touched by an MMA guy. I mean, unless McGregor is a fucking god, you know, which I don't think he is. I mean, listen, it's crazy how some people are actually going for McGregor.
McGregor's using the
McGregor.
McGregor's.
I had that Cotto fight real quick. Cotto fight, and I feel so bad for Cotto. Honestly, man, like dead ass Cotto is not gonna get no love on that night. Everyone is gonna be all eyes on that, Mayweather McGregor fight. And Cotto, man, hopefully after this fight, he has one big fight and then retire, man. And hopefully all the legends retire, Pacquiao, Floyd, and Cotto, and then we just give it to the young cats. But I'm out though.
All right, peace.
Drive-by. It is drive-by, ladies and gentlemen. It's just one of those days. Don't take it personal. We've come to that time of the show where we got to switch to 30 seconds per caller. So you got 30 seconds. Gary and Dallas, go.
In and out.
I wanted to first take Nathan Cleverly. I don't think anyone's taken him, so I wanted to get that out there. And I also wanted to put out, I don't get the Mayweather fight, so I don't even want to take a prediction on that. And I'll see you guys in overtime.
All right, Gary, thanks for calling in. Hugo in Houston, 30 seconds, go.
Mayweather.
Hugo.
Hello?
Go, Hugo.
Yeah, I want to make a prediction. I got Mayweather winning, but I did see him. I wouldn't be shocked if he got dropped in the first or second round, and then he'll start holding on and get his shit together and just pretty much dominate, and probably a fifth, sixth round TKO stoppage. And I also want to make a prediction on the buys. The Mayweather Berto did what, about 500,000 buys. Mayweather usually does 1.5. Ain't no way this is breaking the Pacquiao record, so y'all can forget about that. I'm out.
Cut it.
Alan Edison, go.
Hey Ness, do you guys have me as a ringer?
No.
I'm a ringer.
Al? Well, all right.
Yeah.
I'll text you afterwards and just confirm. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say that this fight really has me disgusted with our sport. The Knicks don't play, don't go up against the Giants in football. I don't watch anything else. This is all I do. I don't have time for anything. And this is just a mockery of what we love. I'm not watching it. I'll just watch the trilogy with Israel Vasquez, Rafael Marquez for the weekend. And that's it, man. This really has me depressed. Come on.
Al, I'm going to double check that. Can you please send me an email? Because let me see. Ringers. Let me just check really quick who I got here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep. Okay.
We've already made the correction in the.
Yep. It won't happen again, my friend. We're going out to Lionel from Las Vegas. Talk to us.
What's up, fellas? What's going on? Hey, Mayweather all day. I don't know what all the nonsense is about. McGregor gonna do. I'm telling you, the first 2 rounds, he gonna look good. You gotta understand, in training and boxing, 2-3 rounds, you're gonna look good. But then Mayweather gonna sit back, start picking them off. Maybe not a knockout, because we know Floyd don't do that, but I think a technical knockout. I think the ref's gonna stop it. So I'm thinking 8 or 9 rounds. If McGregor has enough wins, that's the thing. I don't know. If he's chasing Floyd, he's gonna fall into Floyd's trap, and Floyd's gonna stop him in 8 or 9. Cut it.
732 first time caller 732-688 732 first time caller 688.
Hey, yeah, got it. Well, what's going on, fellas? It's Jeff Brooks out of Raleigh, New Jersey. Just want to make a couple quick points. I know I got 30 seconds. I hate all this talk about Mayweather running. If you take a look at the second Diaz fight, Conor McGregor ran more than any other boxer would in history. If a boxer ran like that, he would get booed out the ring. Next thing is the pace in the MMA fight versus a boxing match is way different. You literally would see about 30 to 45 seconds of non-activity, no contact between the fighters. McGregor's not going to be able to take the punches that come at him every 5 to 10 seconds. That's all I got to say. I see Floyd stopping him, Gotti style. Floyd in 6. Check you guys out soon, though.
Jeff, thanks for calling in. We're going out to Marty Sway on Skype.
Yeah, man. I always said this fight was a mismatch, but like everybody's been saying, I'm already into it now, so I gotta watch it. But I'm not paying for it, but I'm gonna watch. And yeah, I mean that's fucked up what they're doing to Cotto, because no one's gonna watch the Cotto fight. Everybody's gonna watch the McGregor fight. But yeah, man, that's my call.
Marty Sway, thanks for calling in. We're going out to 872-802. 30 seconds. First time caller.
Yo.
First time caller, my friend.
Yeah. But real quick,
your name?
I'm gonna play this. I think.
I'm gonna play this first time caller intro. Let us know your name, where you're calling from.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
Yo, this is guy Rodney coming from Chicago.
All right, Rodney, talk to us. 30 seconds, go.
All right, so basically, in my opinion, the fact that Conor McGregor's coming to boxing, I kind of understand why people are against it, but at the same time, I see the same reaction to him going to boxing as to CM Punk going to MMA. Like, everybody's going to be laughing at him. But at the same time, I think he's going to lose mainly because Mayweather has more experience. But at the end of the day, he's not going to knock him out. He's more than likely going to win by decision.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling
in. The only way
in.
they can compare the knockout.
We're going to go out to 817-966. First time caller. 817-966. First time caller.
First time caller.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
Blue from Texas.
Talk to us, Blue.
Yeah, I just want to clear up a few things I heard from your friend MMA producer and a few callers that said, Conor's been bloodied up by punches. The only time Conor has ever been bloodied up was from an elbow when he was on the mat getting elbows in a wrestling position. And Nate Diaz never knocked down Conor. He hit him with a 1-2 while he was tired, stumbled back. Conor was up for another minute and decided to wrestle with him. Cut it.
Damn, my friend. Great call. Listen, we're probably going to do a last-minute prediction tomorrow. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're going to be all over this Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather. Make sure you call back in. Matt, get his number down. We're going to the 210 Texas. 210, I think it might be Texas. I don't know. 210-735. First time caller.
Young Tigre.
Young Tigre, what up? I don't know why they dropping the ball.
Nah, it's all good, my G. Check it out, man. I'm up in the air. Be honest with you, man. Floyd just stops him, or I think Conor just takes a knee after a while, man. Takes too much. He runs out of gas. Man, I'm up in the air, G. Maybe 9, maybe 8, something like that. But I got Floyd with the dub,
All right. Well, thanks for calling in, Young Tigre. Guys, fix that up in the caller list there. We're going to 876-405. First time caller, 876-405. First time caller.
First time caller.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
Yeah, so this is Brian from Jamaica. And I'm just stating simple that Conor is going to knock him out and going to take his head clean off. And I also want to call out Matt as a fake UFC fan. He's just not a UFC fan at all.
Yo.
What's your name again, buddy?
Brian in the chat that's going 49-1 all the time. Brian.
Oh, he finally called in for you.
You have nothing to base
Conor
McGregor knocking out Floyd Mayweather. You have nothing to base that on.
Right, Matt.
He went life and death. Hold on. He went life and death with Chris Van Heerden, who was a top 20 welterweight.
Listen.
You think he's going to face the best welterweight, the best boxer of the last 30 years, and beat him? What weed are you smoking in Jamaica, man?
Knockout ratio in the UFC.
That's the UFC. That ain't boxing. That ain't boxing.
Brian, curse him out in patois.
With his hands.
That's great. He's not knocking out boxers. He's never done that.
He dropped Nate Diaz about 3 times.
Nate Diaz isn't a boxer. And he went life and death with him.
How is Nate Diaz not a boxer?
Nate Diaz is not a boxer. He's an MMA fighter.
Well,
you cannot compare Nate Diaz to Floyd Mayweather.
Brian, 30 seconds, Brian. We love the accent and we love the banter, but you didn't do a good enough job going around with Matt, and you only get 30 seconds. Josue, Lower Oregon, talk to us.
The Jamaican Kush, man. Whew.
Josue.
Yo, what up, Ness? What up, Matt? What up, Calderon? Hey, fuck McGregor. He's getting his ass knocked the fuck out, and fuck the UFC. And that's all I got.
All right. We're going out to the IG Master, Mr. Top Rank himself. He's taking off Info Joe's head, like Conor said he's taking off Floyd's head.
I won't deny you.
Dollar DVLC Productions.
Come with me. Hail Mary, run quick, see what do we have here now?
Boxingvoice.com.
Dollar DVLC Productions.
What's up, guys? Hey, quick shout out to the Boxing Voice, man. You got callers coming from Jamaica all the way to Europe. I mean, Boxing Voice, man, worldwide, right? And you guys already know. I wasn't even gonna call in because you guys know I'm taking Floyd. It's a weekend for boxing. It's a weekend for Floyd to make a statement, man, to the world, because all the haters are paying for this fight to watch him lose, man. That's gonna do massive numbers, more than the Pacquiao fight. So Floyd, within 5, I have to take him out in 4, I say. And that's my prediction.
All right, Alex, thanks for calling in. First-time caller, 608-318. 608-318, you're up. First-time caller.
Hello?
Are you a first-time caller, my friend?
Hello?
Are you a first-time caller, my friend?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
My name is Joseph from Madison. I say Conor McGregor.
Any reason why?
He's an MMA fan.
Joseph? Cat got his tongue. 804-997, 804-997, first-time caller?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
Yo.
You want to give us your name and where you're
Hello.
calling from?
My name is Kenny Wooten from Richmond, Virginia.
Kenny, talk to us. 30 seconds. Go.
All right, man. Well, Floyd is the ref is gonna have to save Conor, man. I guarantee it won't go more than 6-7 rounds. People who think Conor's gonna win, they just are saying that because they're big fans and said, I can't. Anyone who wants to make some money, bet on Floyd. Guaranteed easy money right there. And it's not even gonna go the full 12. I guarantee he's gonna get stopped, and the ref's gonna have to save him.
Well, Kenny, thanks for calling in. I want to tell you and everyone else that called in, I want to thank everyone for participating in the show. I want to thank everyone that hit that thumbs up button. Remember, if you haven't done it, you could do it now. Future, present, past, doesn't matter. Helps with the visibility of the show. Make sure you share the show on your social media. It's time for those final thoughts. And Kenny, I want to tell you, like I said, and everyone else, today was prediction day. Sunday is Crow Day. So come back Sunday. Join us.
Join us every Thursday and Sunday live at 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
We're going to be serving up some bird for all those Matt fans. Matt fans. Yeah. So my final thoughts are never send a karate guy to do a boxer's job. Cotto staying in the W to be Canelo's return, depending, on the outcome of Triple G. Derevyanchenko to win. in his come out party. And yeah, I mean, Tabiti, Davis, all the TMT guys, the Shine. Looking forward to Ugas, Delorme, and everything that is Mayweather McGregor mañana. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO.
My final thoughts, Enrique Church here. You can follow me on Instagram at Fight Talk. You can also follow me on my YouTube, TBV_casual fan. And my final thoughts to the fight is, you know, a couple people were like, yo, Mayweather's going to fall down. You know, 2 people, that is, to be exact. And if that were to happen, that's worth $100, period. Even if Floyd Mayweather will come back and pull off a win within 4 or a UD win somehow miraculously making Conor McGregor miss from there on forward if he were to fall down. So, yeah, Cotto, Kamegai, yeah, I guess, right? Triple G Canelo winner or Canelo Cotto for December. Yes.
And Steven Calderon. And final thoughts. I got the money team with a clean sweep this weekend. If you're looking to go watch some boxing, go watch it live. Cotto Kamegai tickets are still on sale all over the house, and I'm sure you'll get a nice upgrade if you go. WBC should be like really reconsidering why they make all these silly belts.
And I'm Matt Hipster Hunter. My final thoughts. Thank God this week is almost over. Thank God it's only 2 more days till this event, this spectacle, this sideshow, this circus freak act is over. Man, I can't wait. I can't wait for these 2 worlds to go their separate ways. Because for one thing's for sure, MMA can hang out in the kickboxing culture and be cool. MMA could go to the jiu-jitsu culture and go to the WWE culture. They go to a lot of different cultures, but the boxing culture does not fuck with the MMA culture and vice versa. It's been a hell of a build-up for me. I'm personally over it. I'm ready for some resolution. I'm ready for McGregor fans, specifically McGregor fans, because I know any logical MMA fan is not picking McGregor. So you UFC/McGregor fans, I can't wait for Sunday. I can't wait for Brian from Jamaica to call back in and eat some fucking crow. Because you guys are delusional. You guys are living in a fucking fantasy world.
Right. Damn.
And Saturday is
win, you smack pie in your face. How about that?
Hey, if McGregor wins, I'll take a pie to the face. I'm not betting anyone on that. I'll just say that. I'll take it live on this show on Sunday. It's not going to happen, though. That's not reality. Saturday's going to be reality. Mayweather's going to just tool him up. There's levels to this game. You and I know. Come on. So I'm Matt Hipster. You can find me at Mixed Combat News on Twitter, Matt Hunter TBV on Instagram. My MMA podcast where I talk about just MMA and don't have to talk about stupid fucking circus shows like this is Mixed Combat Radio. You can find that on Patreon, SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes, Facebook, etc. Peace.
Steven Calderon, you went?
Yes.
I wish.
Oh, you can follow me on Twitter at Calderon92, and you can follow me on Instagram at sugar_steve.c.
I wish Brian. I hope Brian calls in on Sunday, and you know, get to
police all I watch you.
Yeah, yes.
Watch you right, Lord God. No. I ain't going back to jail, dog.
I was trying to find a good scene in Belly, but you know.
Yeah. Well, definitely the Nebraska scene, right? Is that not Belly or is that
Belly the Nebraska scene? I was looking for the accent to Jamaica. You want to romp with me? You want to romp with me? You know that part.
Yeah. So it's time to go. Say bye.
Peace.
Peace.